All right, looks like I'm live. How's it going, guys? Happy Friday. I think it's Friday, isn't it? Am I on the right night? I don't know. This week's gone by so fast. I hope it's Friday. And if it is, happy Friday to you guys. Mateo, what's happening, man? Oh, geez, it's an emoji fest in here, huh? M4 Johnny, what's up? Poor conservative, how's it going? All right, I'm trying to get past these emojis. You guys aren't making it easy on me to say hi to you guys. All I can see is a bunch of, let's see, we've got lions and tigers and monkeys and velociraptors. All right. I'm just going to look at the emojis if that's all right with you guys. Does that sound like a good time? Oh, there's Jeremy Wilson hidden in there. What's happening, Jeremy? How you doing, man? Don Coble. What's happening, Don? Randall Hill. Hey. Beretta man. There he is. How's it going, man? Don't let me forget, guys. I was the winner of yet another Beretta man giveaway, so just remind me so I don't forget. Let's see what I won this week. I'm part of the weekly winners club from the Beretta channel, just so you guys know. Here's the one you've already seen, and there's still an unopened package right over there. Brownies for my fat. How's it going, man? Let's see here. Well, you guys are active in here. Nita Valera Forged in Woodcraft. What's happening? How you doing? Rusty Williams from Big Rapids. What's happening, man? Shojas, another Michigan guy. Followed by Southeast Michigan citizen. I don't know. I like all of you, but have I ever told you guys I like my Michigan guys for some reason? I don't know why, but I kind of do a little bit. Cave Dave. What's happening, Dave? Matt Morrison. I'm doing good, man. How are you? We've got, oh, it skipped on me. I hate when this chat skips like this. IROC SS85, what's up? 223556, what's happening, man? Nice to see you. We have Dororo, what's up? 2-8 till death. Hear about, what's up? Hear about Florida trying to put red flag laws. I did hear something about that. I'm not from Florida, so maybe someone else can fill you in, but I do need to look into that. I did just see something about Florida going against the red flag laws or trying to correct them or something like that. A-dubs, what's happening? Carbine lover. Does Llama ZAS outshoot my PSA? I'm not sure what a ZAS is. You'll have to fill me in on that. I don't own one of those. Ron Fisher, what's happening, man? No problem. Thanks for being here. Fierce Mouse, what's happening? Kelly from Utah. Yeah, I've got a few people from Utah in here. Right on, man. Always good to see you. Eric Carson, what's happening, Eric? Michigan Watch. Shotgun 166. There's a few Michigan guys right in a row. Kathleen Music Lover, what's happening? Francis Sullivan, New York Patriot. How's it going, man? Let's see here. Alan Zoe is asking about Michigan survival or prepper group sites. I'm not real familiar with those. I've been so busy doing videos on my own channel, I haven't even had time to watch YouTube much lately, to be honest. Which is kind of fun, but kind of sucks too at the same time. The reptile guys, what's happening? A-dubs, Estava. Gotcha. Chuck Nyquist, what's happening? Should I get the STS 1911 clone or just save up more and get an actual 1911? That's up to you. Depending on how much you can save, I'd rather have the real one. Like if they were even, obviously, even money, I'd get the original one, of course. My SDS has been good so far. I think I've put 4 videos up about it, and if you watch those videos, you'll probably know my impression of it, and I'm pretty excited about it. And by the way, for those of you that liked my SDS 1911 videos and 45 ACP, they just released a 9mm version of the same exact pistol. It's the same size, 5-inch barrel, everything. Like it's literally an exact to form clone, chambered in 9mm. And I have one of those on the way. So for those of you that just like to shoot 9mm or like 9mm 1911s, maybe that's something you look forward to. It's still in transit. I don't have it yet, so it might be a week or two till you see a video, but They do officially have a 9mm version out, and I did get it from Classic Firearms. I don't know if anyone else has it yet or not, but it was a new arrival to their site just a couple days ago. I ordered mine last week, so I like the 1911 and 45. If anyone's wondering, that is its correct caliber. I get it, but I also like a 1911 too. Just, you know, different to shoot, and 9's a lot cheaper, right? So it's just a preference. Alon, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. No, there's no doubt people that are into it. I'm trying to think of what the best one. Well, there's actually a subscriber on my channel called Blackstone Network. Look him up. He does some gun stuff, but quite a bit of prepping. So look him up, actually. Yeah, he's one of the fellow guys that hangs out on this channel. He's a Michigan guy, Blackstone Network. So there's one for you. Just took me a second to think about it. You guys sent me so many emojis in the beginning. I got dumbed down to a third grader. So it's taking me a minute to get my brain back, but I'm good. Now, emojis are funny. You guys just sent me a lot of emojis right off the bat. Yeah, the 9mm version is also hold 7 rounds, I believe. It's 7 or 8. I don't have it yet. It just came out. I actually ordered it before it came out, but it's out right now, so you guys can definitely go check it out. I know it's on Classic site, but and they're about the same price. In fact, right now the 9mm SDS TSAS is actually a teeny bit more money than the 45, except for the fact that the 45 is sold out virtually everywhere. So that's another thing. Maybe your local gun shop, but Classic had it for $330. That was the best price at that time when I did my videos. That sold out. Atlantic was offering it for $299, and I was telling as many of you as I could in the comments, and I think in the last stream about that one, and then it sold out there. It sold out 99% of the gun shops, the 45. It's kind of probably one of the most popular guns right now at this moment, from what I can tell. So, but yeah, I just thought I'd get the 9mm one because I just thought it'd be fun, you know, just another gun to review. And I like shooting 9mm 1911s. They're really comfortable. You guys probably know if you've watched the channel for a while, I love my Star BM 9mm. I like my Star B, my Star Super B. Those are not 1911 clones. The trigger hinge is different and all that, but it's still kind of the same form factor, and they feel kind of like shooting 1911s. And I've always liked those quite a bit. Kathleen Music Lover, you and Beretta Man should be best friends, because I was just talking to him on the phone last night, and guess what the #1 gun on Beretta Man's list is. So you guys can hang out together tonight, the Beretta people. We'll just leave them hang out over there, okay? And then all of us Taurus people and all the Glock tards and 9mm fans like Poor Conservative, we can come over here and hang out. Does that sound good? I like the Beretta. It's just, and there he is. See, it's like I'm psychic, guys. Beretta Man at Kathleen Music Lover. I will have the 92X soon. Better trigger. The full size has a plastic guide rod, but the compact has the steel rod. It's like I can read you guys' mind. And then Kathleen comes in with the last laugh. She's like, dude, you're like so far off, because I'm actually a CZ person. So what am I going to do with you guys? Just as I think I'm getting to know you? No. But then again, hold on, guys. Let's take a poll here. Kathleen, she's cool as heck, but at the end of the day, she's a woman. So do they ever really, really let you get one up on them? How do you guys do with that at home? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean. She made me think she's a Beretta chick, and then she's like, nah, dude, nah. CZ all the way, which I like CZs too. Hold on a minute. Brastard's got your back. Brastard comes in here at the last minute, Beretta Man. I guess I'll be with the Beretta people since I've got a 21A. So there you go. He's got one of the little tip-up barrels, right? Kathleen, she sends me the smiley face emoji. She's on the other end of the line right now. Jeremy Wilson, never been around any Berettas. Let me tell you guys about Berettas. I mean, I'm not going to tell you about Berettas, but I like my 92. It's cool. I've got one of the old 92 S's. It's kind of like 92 FS, but the mag release is on the side, on the bottom of the grip. But one of my favorite pistols to shoot, like I just love the thing, is my Beretta 81 Cheetah. I've done a couple videos on it, and I just want to remind you guys, those are still available right now at around $200. And a viewer reminded me of last night, Tony Montana carried one. Okay, so they're kind of a gangster gun in a way, but no, really, they're a 92, but just everything smaller on it. It's a little shorter, it's a little narrower, it just fits my hands perfectly. And I could just sit and plink 32 with that thing for like hours if I had the money. So I'm a huge Beretta 81 fan. And I like the 92 also, but I'll be honest with you, if I've got them both sitting next to me, I'm probably going to pick up that little 32 if I'm just going to the range, you know? Kathleen, I'm messing with you, Kathleen. You're good. You're good. You messed with me, so I'm going to mess with you back, but I love you, Kathleen. I'm definitely not mad at you. I know you wouldn't do that to me. Ron Fisher. All Patriots are cool with me. I'm a Smith & Wesson 40 guy for fun. There you go. And you and Poor Conservative can hang out together. Man, look at all this in here tonight. Poor Conservative. Glocks are the ghetto hood gun. All right, well, since there's about 10 Glocks with me, let me straighten the bill of my hat out. What do you guys think now? I'd like to present one, but I can't, so. Just for you, Poor Conservative. We're sitting there in the hood right now, surrounded by about 35 Glocks. They don't sell the straight build version of this. You have to be on the inside to even get one, but I've got it here. So the 32 be a little smaller than 380. Well, the round is, yes, but I believe the model 84, 85 Berettas, I think they're about the same size as the 81, aren't they? I don't know. Gangster. What's up, Cave Dave, Southeastern Michigan? Straight Bill. Well, heck, there's this dude in the chat here. I don't even know him. I have no idea how he got that blue wrench behind his name. And he just comes right in here like, Glocks are for gangsters. So I said, well, I guess I can play along. Make that the thumbnail, Aunt Diesel Vision. I will, too. I will afterwards. I will. Just for you, man. Just for you. Aunt Diesel Vision coming from the deep hoods of Alaska, right? Did I get that right? I think you're from Alaska, aren't you? There you go. Fierce Mouse has got my back. All right. I'm good. Indy 500 fan, what's happening? Loves all 9 Berettas. There's a lot of Beretta fans in here. I need to get a Beretta book. I have a Walther book here, but we're not talking about Walthers. We're talking about Berettas, right? Like, nobody likes these, do they? No, there's going to be a few Walther fans in here, I'm sure. I don't think I have a Beretta book. I'm going to have to add that to my list, to my Amazon store, actually. Okay, Dark Side 1911, another Glock guy. Aunt Diesel, yep, Alaska. That's what I thought. Shojas, thumbs up, people. What he means is there's 59 watching and there's only 26 thumbs up. So thank you, Shojas. I appreciate it, man. Eric Carson saying got some 124 grain 9mm Blazer brass for $8.99. That's not bad. That's not bad. And tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'm going to go out and do some more range footage. Tomorrow, actually, I've got something else cool I'm doing, but I've got some Winchester right here. Some of their white box 124 grain NATO, because I've got a couple newer European guns. And Europeans normally, when they manufacture a new pistol, they're kind of planning on and making them to run a NATO round, right? They're not as big over there on shooting 115 grain ball rounds. So to me, if I'm breaking in or just testing out a newer manufacturer firearm, especially if it's European made, designed for European police or military duty, etc., I think it's probably a good idea to test them out with some NATO, which is not a plus P by any means, but it's definitely noticeably hotter than just a cheap 115 grain Plinken ammo, right? So, what's happening, John Stokes? How you doing, man? Nice to see you. Ooh, the APX. The APX is a nice pistol. How do I pronounce your name here? Asfat Fuchsia? Asfat, I'll call you, okay? It's talking about the Beretta APX. Those are nice. Speaking of those, I've got the Beretta ARX right back there that I can't grab to show you guys, but Ooh, I'm knocking stuff over on my desk here. Stan, my thumb is up. Have a great weekend. You too, man. Spock is alive. CZ99 is the best 9mm handgun in the world. Dude, if it wasn't for these stupid YouTube rules, I promise you it's like right over there. Like literally 3 feet away, I've got my CZ99. In a recent video, I pulled it at the end and said, hey, CZ99, is anyone interested? And I don't think anybody said they were, but eventually I'll do a video on the CZ99s for sure. But yeah, there's literally one just sitting right here. And I used to be able to, up until 2 months ago, be like, hey, do you guys want to see a CZ99? Does anyone want to see an ARX rifle, an ARX 100? But now we can just kind of look at what's in the background. We can see part of my Yugo M64 milled AK. You can see my Indian Ishapur drill purpose rifle. And that's about it. Welcome to the Second Amendment Gun Channel Gun Free Stream. Streaming in the gun-free zone of YouTube. I feel like ranting about YouTube, but I'm going to stop. I'm going to hold myself back, guys. Trust me. Somebody said something here a second ago about is Rockford Ordnance. What's happening, Rockford? How you doing, man? Kathleen, you're 100% correct. I can see how easily it is to become a collector. It's pretty easy, and then once you start collecting, it's kind of hard to stop because there's just so many cool guns. And look, if you guys are into milsurps, sucks to be you. If you're not, don't even get into it, because if you start getting into collecting milsurps, you'll never have them all. You'll find that, like, okay, well, I'm into PP style guns. Then you go to Hungary, and there's like 12 Hungarian, Walther PP clones that are all almost the same gun, but they have different model numbers, and they change like the serrations on them or something like this much. Do any of you guys remember that stream I did? It was back when I could still exercise my full First Amendment on here. And I actually showed you guys, like, for an hour and a half, like, different Hungarian police pistol, Walther PP clones. That's how crazy it gets when you're into collecting milsurps. It sucks. Yeah, so the CZ99, that was them basically adding a 9 onto the CZ99, right? The CZ99 was a military and police pistol from the former Yugoslavia. Started off in the late 80s. Basically took over for the M57 Tokarev, right? And this is CZ as in Krvina Zastava, right? Not to be confused with the CZ from Czechoslovakia. Two totally different countries. And Krvina Zastava, just so you guys know, actually stands for red flag. That's like what it translates to, is red flag. Like as in the communist flag. So Krvina Zastava, CZ99 was the military and police version. And then they made the CZ999, which is basically the same gun. And they sold it for, just U.S. civilian import. So I don't know if anyone else wanted to know that, but that's a little history on the CZ99. Rockford Ordnance is trying to get them all. Good luck, man. Let me know when you do it. Call me when you're in a cardboard box, because at that point, if you ever even get close to having them all, you'll be in a cardboard box by then. And I don't even care how rich you are, right? That's what it's like trying to get them all. Greg Howard, hey man, what's up? He says, from Georgia here. I enjoy your videos and the info you pass on to all of us. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I'll try my best. I don't know if I do anything particularly well, but I have fun doing the videos. So as long as I'm having fun, I'll keep doing them. Does that sound like a plan? Would 308 be a better mid-range than an AR? Well, you can have ARs in 308 too, right? But if you're saying compared to 5.56, I don't know. There's a whole back and forth on that. Of course, the 308 is more powerful, like end of story, no questions asked. But standard magazines for a lot of 308 battle rifles are 20 rounds, where your AR standard capacity is 30. You can carry about 30 rounds of ammo for the same weight and size as you can 20 rounds. Lighter recoiling gun, flatter shooting, faster follow-up shots with the 5.56. More stopping power, more ability to do damage, no doubt, 308. There is no answer, to be honest with you, but which one's the best one? Well, 5.56, maybe 308, maybe both. If you're with a team of people, It might be more advantageous for 5 or 6 of them to have the 5.56, and maybe one person has the 308. I can see that. Depending on what your mission is or what your goal is, you know. I know you were talking about prepping and stuff earlier. I could see, you know, having one dude with a mid-sized caliber, because 308's big, but it's certainly not the biggest round out there. I mean, there's stuff a lot bigger than that too. But you're always going to notice a ton of difference in the recoil. That's a big one. And recoil, it's not about how tough you are, but it doesn't matter how tough you are. You're still going to get slower, well-aimed follow-up shots, right? But no doubt, if I'm wanting to punch through a cinder block wall or get through something, you know, some wood, some type of light barrier, I'm going to trust that a, 308 7.62 NATO is still going to have some punch behind it, where a 5.56, they're known to yaw and veer off. And so, yeah, there you go. Show have them all. So there's the answer. No, there's a reason why we don't just own one gun, right? It'd be nice if we could. So, like Mateo says, I like 6.5 Grendel, and I personally agree with him. I love 6.5 Grendel. Somebody else said intermediate rounds are where they're at. Christian May. What's happening, Christian? Yeah. So when you say intermediate, you could be talking, 7.62 by 39, right? Germans kind of invented the 8mm round, right? With their 8mm Kurz, the STG-44. It's kind of a famous gun. I don't know that they completely invented it, but they invented using it in their type of warfare, their blitzkrieg warfare. They got a lot done with that round. High rates of fire, rounds that weren't quite too heavy, but definitely had, a little more punch than a pistol caliber. Because 9mm was also a big thing back in World War II, obviously. In Europe it was, with us using the 45 ACP. But certainly even 8mm Kurz is going to have more power than a 45, no matter how you look at it. So, Donald Coble, he's going straight up to the 50 cal, and Llama agrees. Llama with the Ma Deuce right here from Mr. Don Coble himself. Thanks again, man. I've been enjoying this. I don't know if you noticed, but pretty much all my videos I've done since you gave this to me, I have a little light up here, and I kind of illuminate him in the background, so it's kind of a big deal, man. That meant a lot to me. I can't believe it, but yeah, just so you guys know, Don Coble and I, we were at the same event. He's like, dude, come on, let's come out to my truck. We go outside, and there you go. And he gave me a couple other things I'm going to show you guys too. I actually have a couple unboxings from viewers, friends of the channel, and we're talking about intermediate rounds. Heck, let's just look at them right now. We're talking about, now these are pretty cool, guys. I've been into ammunition and firearms, and just when you think you've seen it all, well, I've heard of these, but check this out. We've got 7.62 by 39, okay, 62 grain, and these are sabots. So check this out. You guys heard me right. Your AR guys are thinking, because this is what I thought at first. Well, 62 grain, that sounds like an M855 green tip. That's a 7.62 by 39, but this yeah, these are sabots, guys. Check this out. Albert McCall's in the house. What's happening, Albert? Nice to see you, man. Half track, absolutely. That is what it is. Okay, so check this out. We've got a 7.62 by 39 case. So this is going to chamber in an AK, SKS, what have you. And it has a sabot, just like your shotgun are. You shoot them out of a rifle barrel, your sabot slug. So it's got that plastic sabot that is basically increasing the size of the bullet, if you will, or decreasing the size of the neck, however you want to look at it. And there's an M855 green tip, 5.56. And what this sabot is going to do, though, is it's going to hold on to the bullet as it's spiraling down the barrel, and it's actually going to provide, the back pressure that it needs. And this sabot is going to stay with it. Because if you found a way, now you'd lose your powder, but if you did find a way to just kind of stick a 5.56 into this 30 cal case, it wouldn't do anything, right? The powder would just rush past it, and it might fall out of the barrel, but you might have to tip your barrel down to get it to leave the barrel, right? No, this is going to create your pressure seal you need, and this is indeed going to launch this projectile through the air at actually probably a much higher speed. Now, I don't know the exact charge, but assuming this is a normal powder charge in this loading, this is going to throw this out of your, let's just say SKS, right? 20.5-inch barrel, much faster than an M16 20-inch would, because you've just got that much bigger of a powder charge behind it. So these are pretty cool. Have you guys seen these before? Like, I'm sure you've seen them, but I'll be honest with you, thanks again, Don. Really, dude, thank you. Until he gave me these, I'd never had one in my hands before. So I think they're kind of relatively uncommon. Let's see who else popped in here. We've got Mark Horde. What's happening, Mark? How you doing, man? Felix Cruz. Are all the green tip armor piercing? Not exactly. The way they're defined statutorily, not technically, but they're considered a penetrator, is how I always like to word it. A penetrating round, okay? There's no kind of hardened steel core to these. There's a mild steel. So, but yeah. I just thought I saw someone else pop in here. Who was it? Dauntless Defense. What's happening, Dauntless? You ever have any of these, buddy? I know Dauntless probably. Dauntless is like, dude, are you kidding me? I've got like a whole half track full of these, but Josh Benware. What's happening, Josh? How you doing, man? Epic video. Would you like to be YouTube friends? Show just, dude, you're going to, oh God. You got to help us, Josh. Me and Show just have been trying to fend this guy off forever in my comments. Is he all over your videos too? Oh gosh, that YouTube friends guy, his name's like Trap, right? He's like Trap NCS, Trap Rap, Trap Rock, Trap Country, Trap Drip. Like, do you guys know who I'm talking about? This guy's literally like, oh. All right, come on, I need you guys. Show just Josh Benware. This guy's out of control. Like, he'll come in my videos nowadays and leave like 5 comments. I think you guys know what I'm talking about, right? If you let's see here. James Stacy, what's happening, James? Andrew, what's going on? He's never seen it either. See, I'm not joking, guys. I've literally never seen these till I got them like a week ago. I know what a sabot is from shooting shotguns, right? Oh, I got you. Andrew's long-legged Mac Daddy. All right, cool, man. You had to change it up on me just to mess with me, didn't you? See how you guys are. Shots with Cola. What's happening, man? Yep, he's commented on your videos. This trap up there, Shojas. Shojas has been on patrol. He's been on Trap Patrol. That's the guy's name is Trap. Yep, he's all over Rockford's videos. Who the heck is this guy? And you go to his account, and he's begging for subs on all of our small channels, right? And you go look at him. Dude's got like 73,000 subs. It's like, no, dude. Like, no, I'm not going to do sub for sub with you. Are you kidding me? Now, there's small channels in here right now that are actually good people that I know. People who I like to watch their stuff. I like a lot of the channels in here, and I'm going to probably shout out as many as I can tonight at a certain point. First one I can see here, Rockford Ordnance. Now, that's a good channel. A lot of milsurp stuff. He's a big milsurp dude. He's into ARs and stuff. Yeah, let's shout out Rockford Ordnance. But this Trap guy? No, not so much. Yeah, he must. Shots with Cola. He has to have some automated system, doesn't he? Because there's just no freaking way. It's like, I'm sitting here, right? And I guess his videos are better than mine or something, but it's like this guy has like 70-something thousand viewers. He creates this new account. 24 hours later, 77,000 subs. He's got all these comments on his thing, right? And he's got like all these people that supposedly watched it. And you click on his video, and it's just like boom, chink, boom, chink, boom, chink, boom, chink. It's not even like real like music. It's just like this little riff that he like hit on like a keyboard or something. Like he sat there with one of those old like ghetto blasters and recorded it into the mic pickup on the other one. Like, that's his thing. And he gets like 77,000 subscribers the first day of his channel. So Ant Diesel Vision, he's probably a YouTube algorithm. You know what? I don't really understand the algorithm that much, but you're probably right. He's probably just not even a real person. Okay, BB6. The BB6 is nice, guys. Look, you guys can't say I didn't warn you, okay? I put out my first BB6 video 2 months ago. Classic had them the whole time. Now, as soon as I put up my second one, I don't know if it was my video. Some people said it was. They did sell out within like an hour of me putting my other video up. So, Classic sold out. Now, I do know this. The importer, Foxtrot Lima, He doesn't sell to the public, but he does have a gun broker store. So I'm trying to throw you guys a bone here. I saw as of last night, he had one for sale on his gun broker. He might have a couple left. Classic bought almost all of them. But if you go to gun broker and look up Foxtrot Lima or BB6, you might still be able to get one if you guys missed the boat. Now, when I say he has a few left, he might have 10 or less left. But there's still, I think that's your last ditch chance to get one. Or maybe someone else bought theirs and just doesn't like it, and you could buy it that way off a gun broker. So hopefully that helps some of you guys out. It's a fine line, and it makes me feel bad when it's like, well, you put the video out and then the gun sold out. I know, but if I didn't put the video out, then everyone that has them is like, dude, when are you going to put the video up? So I don't know. I will tell you guys this. Classic Firearms. I put up that crack stock SKS video. I put that up, and then they instantly sold out. Palmetto State Armory right now has, I don't know, they said some of them may or may not have cracks in them. They don't give all the different grades like Classic does. But Palmetto right now, $349, has Type 56 Chinese rifles, the SKSs. So I can't touch it, but it's still right here because I just had it out for a picture yesterday. If you guys missed the boat on the Classics ones, you saw my video 2 weeks ago and was like, man, you know, like WTF, I want one. Giving you guys a heads up. $349 from Atlantic. Not Atlantic. Palmetto. Atlantic's the ones that have the cheap SDSs. That's why they were stuck in my head. Palmetto State Armory, $350. Classic had them for $299. They had the crack stock ones for $250, but I don't know that they're going to get any more. So there you guys go. SAJPB 52. Let's talk about machine guns. I've been talking about some machine guns here. Did PSA sell out already, dude? There's no way. I was literally on Palmetto like, are you kidding me, Shojas? I was literally on Palmetto right before the stream started because I wanted to give you guys the update that they had the SKSs. No, Palmetto's got them, dude, right now on the page, guys. I can't link to it, though. Even though it's my channel, I can link, but YouTube, it's a violation of their policy to link to gun stores. So I'm not going to do a YouTube rant, I promise. But yeah, right now, I'm looking at it right now on my computer. $349.99, Chinese Type 56 SKS, military surplus rifles with spiker bayonet. So I'm all about as many of you guys getting your first SKS as possible. So as soon as I do a video and it sells it out, I'm definitely going to be the first one to try to tell you guys exactly where I can still find you one. Let's see here. Leonard Mason. What's happening, Leonard? CSR Industries. My Hakeem hates PPU. Any budget factory ammo you recommend? Well, I was just shooting mine with some of the Ethiopian. If you remember me doing that ammo unboxing, I was showing you the Ethiopian. So that's not what you're asking me, though. You're asking me any modern ammo. Well, PPU is usually good stuff. That's what I would have recommended right off the bat. So try some steel case. That's what I would do. Okay, some MFS makes it. I might have some over here. Nope, that's 54R. But I know you can buy some steel case for pretty cheap, you know. That's what I'd try. Try some of that imported steel case stuff. I think MFS is selling it right now for the 8mm Mauser. Ooh, Leonard Mason. Not saying I don't have any friends, but the guy in the mirror took a swing at me. Like that or? Ooh, that's got to hurt, man. Oh, you guys crack me up sometimes. BD, what do I think about 10mm? 10mm is an excellent round. I like it. Don't really have a whole lot as far as 10mm goes, but it's a great round. Hey, I'm going to take a jab at poor conservative. It's what 40 wishes it could be, right? That's what 40 is. 10mm short and weak. Let's face it. 10mm short and wimpy. That's another way you can interpret it. It's true. Poor conservative, call Bubbets and tell him to send me over a 40. Yeah, too bad, because the BB6, just so you guys know, was designed in 40 too. None of them made their way here. There will never be any here, unfortunately, but it was originally designed as a 40. A 40 and a 9x21, that European round. Shots of cola. At the rate you're going, you'll have 77K by May. I know I personally shouted you out, but I'm so new it probably didn't do much. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And I'll be honest with you, dude. I need to check out your channel myself. I wasn't joking when I said I've not even really had time to watch much YouTube lately. But shouts with Cola. Let me make a note of that. Yeah, shout out to you, man. I'm not real familiar with your channel, quite frankly, but you seem like a good dude to me. So why don't you guys go? Do me a favor, guys. A couple of you guys go over there, check out Shouts with Cola's channel, then come back in the chat and let me know whether you recommend or not. Sound good? I just gave you a shout out, dude, by the way. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys. I have no idea how many subs I'll get. I don't even know how many I have right now, but I did pass 10,000, and some of you guys right at the very end were like really rooting me on last Friday. And when I left the stream and I had 9,997, and then about 30 minutes later, it rolled over to 10K. So I know some of you guys were kind of pre-congratulating me on it, but I hit 10K within 20 minutes of saying goodbye to you guys, which would have been cool if it would have happened during the stream, but hey, I didn't know. I wasn't going to stay on all night because I could have lost 5 subs during the stream, right? People could be like, what the heck, man? You showed a 5.56 2.23 Sabo round? That's worthy of unsubbing right now. You never know. Michigan, you don't need a certain amount of land to shoot, quite frankly. You're basically just responsible for your own shot. There used to be a law that you couldn't shoot within 200 foot of a building. Now they've changed it where you can't hunt within. So you can shoot right off your back porch. Now, that's state law. There's city ordinances that will restrict, and a lot of cities say no firing within city limit. So you got to check with your local jurisdiction. But Michigan law itself, there isn't a specified amount of acreage that you have to own. Nothing like that. For target shooting and recreationally shooting. Hunting, yes. The DNR controls that part of it and says you have to hunt within so many yards, feet of a home, a dwelling. Look up Michigan DNR law. I'm not a lawyer. I don't want to misquote it, but there's definitely 2 different laws as far as shooting versus hunting. No, that's cool, show. Just must have been a restock. No, I'm just trying to hook these guys up because sometimes they get mad at me. They say, dude, you put the video out. I know you guys aren't mad at me, but I try to hook you guys up whenever I can. Panzer AR-12, Felix Cruz. What's happening, Felix? Well, let's see here. I'm not an expert on that, but back to Beretta Man again. Gosh, I just can't stop shouting him out tonight, which I really can't shout him out enough. He's got a great channel himself, but Beretta Man, he's the expert on the Panzer 12. I know he's going to get one of those too. So, heck yeah. We've got, let's see here. Somebody else popped in here. Primer's blowing out with gas system cleaned. Okay, maybe turn down the gas. Buy some of that steel case. Alexander, what's happening, man? From Royal Oak. Yeah, thanks for the second BB6 video. Waiting very patiently for the third. See, guys, I told you I couldn't put off the video too much. Alexander, he hunted me down in person, and he came up and he said, listen, dude, like, put that second video out. No, he didn't do that. We saw each other at the Taylor Gun Rally, okay? So he hunted me down. I tried to fool you guys for a minute. Shots with Cola, dude. You don't need to do that, man. But thank you very much, dude. That's awesome. All right, guys. Everyone needs to go over there and check him out right now. Like, as a favor to me, because that's pretty freaking awesome, man. And you never have to pay to get a shout out in here. But I really do appreciate the support, man. I really do. Leonard Mason for shooting Know Your Neighbors. And Randall Hill, what the heck, man? You're too generous too, man. Awesome. Thank you so much, Randall. I guess you Alabama people ain't too bad, are you? I don't know. What do you think? Tactical review. There you are. I didn't see you, man. What do you think, tactical review? Those Alabama people? I guess we can let them in here as long as they're leaving a super chat. They can stay, I guess, for a minute. Jeremy Wilson, are you a Michigan man yet or what? Okay, John Williams, what's happening, man? You're leaving me already, dude? Got to go down the street, but I'm leaving this plane. All right, well, thanks. Maybe he has a cat or dog. I've heard some people, as they say, they leave the stream playing or the video playing, and they'll walk back and their cat's watching the video. So I think that's part of my increase in subs, quite frankly, is, you know, the animals are digging me. This one guy, Jeremy Wilson, he has it on his channel, by the way. He shows a little peep peeps, little chicks, baby chickens, right? Go check it out if you guys don't believe me. It's on his channel, I promise. They're the cutest little things, and he was holding them up when they were watching one of my videos. So apparently the chicks dig me too. So what can I say? People leave my streams playing, and the animals like it, and the chicks, and everything. I thought I saw a super chat from Jeremy Wilson. Speaking of the devil, there he is. What's happening, Jeremy? Thanks, man. I owe you one. Well, when you come to Michigan, I'm going to be buying the ammo, so I'll get you back there. All right, man? Jeremy Wilson's a good one. He's been through a lot, man. You know what means so much to me? Jeremy Wilson, you guys know he's been my friend for a long time. I just met him on here. He just came right into the stream just like the rest of you guys one day, you know, maybe over a year ago. And his wife battled hard. He lost his wife. He was probably the best husband I've ever heard of, with her right till the very end. And, man, the dude's – Jeremy's one of the strongest guys I've met. Let me just say that. But the outreach, the people that took the time to talk to him, and I'm not going to, say names, but people that are in this chat right now that called him up to see how he was doing and talked to him when he was really sad and stuff. That's why I just love you guys, and this is the best chat ever, Jeremy Wilson, man, you've been an inspiration to a lot of us. And there's guys in here right now, you know who you are, that are like, dude, are you kidding me? Me and Jeremy are like best friends now, So, yeah, man, that's awesome. You guys are awesome is what I'm trying to say. YA Crafter, what's up, man? What's happening? The Patriot Alien, what's up? Depends on the situation. 308 is better than 556, but 556 more convenient. There you go. It's all situational, like I was saying earlier, really. Is there a better? Really? I don't know. I mean, I guess in certain situations, you might be able to argue, well, 22 long rifle is better than 22 short. Maybe. But then someone could probably come back and argue against that. I don't know. I only say that because 22 short, 22 LR, you can kind of carry the same. But, hey, some guy will come back and say, well, hold on, dude. I can carry like 500 rounds of 22 short for the same size and weight as 450 of 22 LR. And I guess in that he wouldn't be lying. So, I don't know. It's so hard for me to say the best caliber. But it is fun to talk about. It really is. Andrew, Jeremy Wilson's my friend too. Heck yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. And yes, Alan Zoe, if the chicks are digging you, you must be doing something right. Now, you guys are probably going to think I'm talking myself up, right? Like, dude, he's got all these chicks. No, go to Jeremy Wilson's video. There's literally, like, chicks. Like, literally, okay? Oh, man. Raymond Reddington. Cool, from Carlton. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm in the Monroe County area. Heck yeah. Yeah, my brother lives in Carlton. So I've been within probably 5 minutes of your house many times. But I don't really announce myself. I'm kind of on the down low. That's why I wear this camo hat, okay? You know what I'm saying? I don't often wear hats with my... Here's the problem. If I wear my sponsored hat here, this one, then people know. If they see this, they're like, that's 2A EDU. So I thought tonight, especially when I'm driving around the Carlton area, I kind of go down low on the incognito a little bit. That's the nice thing about this knife that I got from Beretta, man. It's not even flashy. It doesn't even show up. So I just kind of, you know what I'm saying. The best caliber is the one to do the job that you need. I would agree with that, sure. Brownie's from my fat. Him and Jeremy Wilson are homies. Felix Cruz, what are you saying, man? You guys are all great. A lot of great info. Cool. Flowing here. Thanks, man. No, I agree. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just hanging out with you guys. It doesn't help that I can't touch guns, but I'm just enjoying reading you guys' comments at the moment here. And if there's any questions from me, by the way, we're going to get into this in just a little bit here. This is a little bit of a negative topic, and I was going to talk about it right away. This whole thing where the NICS check and the CPLs in Michigan, but we'll hold on for a minute on that because, I don't know, I worked hard all week. Did any of you guys work hard all week? And I'm just kind of chilling right now, just reading you guys' comments. But I just showed you the first box of the sabos. So here's the other one. These are the same thing, 7.62 by 39. And these are the ballistic tip. So check this out. Now these, I think, are going to be screamers. I can only imagine how fast these things are going to go. 55 grain. This looks to me, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but this reminds me of like a whatchamacallit bullet, a SST. Is that what these are called? I remember they used to have the green ones. They were called zombie maxes. Do you guys remember that? What are these called? Help me out, ammo guys. So this is a 5.56, 55 grain. So an extremely light bullet with the sabot, with a 7.62 by 39 powder charge. Yeah. Woo. I think these are going to be... How fast do you guys think these will go? Let me know. There's some pretty smart ammo guys right now hanging out. CSR Industries, I'm working right now. So there you go. If YouTube wouldn't demonetize my videos, I could say I'm working, but I'm not working. I'm just hanging out with you guys. Trust me. What they like to do is this, just so you guys know. The channel's monetized. I get a couple pennies, but here's what they like to do. I put the video up unlisted. It says it's monetized, suitable for all advertisers. I post it live. Bink, yellow $sign, demonetized, not suitable. Okay. I hit manual review. Meanwhile, like 500 people the first hour watched it. 48 hours later, they'll come back and say, after reviewing, it's now suitable again. Yeah, after I got 99% of all the views the video will ever get. So, and then what I find out is I'm talking to buddies and they're like, no, dude, you're good. They're playing commercials. Well, sometimes when they're playing the commercials, they're giving me like 1/100 of a penny per commercial, whatever, which does add up. I'm just saying. But other times they're playing it while they're reviewing it. Now, here's the problem. When they're done reviewing it, if you win the appeal, they're like, all right, from here going forth, you'll get a couple crumbs again. They don't go back for the 2 days and give you back like in arrearages. No. Now, if you're in arrearages on your child support, you have to catch back up, right? But not with YouTube. So... How fast do you guys think this goes? Oh, Don Coble's got me about 3,200 foot per second. Okay, right on, man. Well, you would know about these, right? Ballistic tip boat tail. Yeah, Andrew, these are 5.56s, right? Well, they're both 7.62 by 39 case, but a 5.56. Now, maybe one of you guys might know this, but is there a 5.56 that they neck down, not neck down, but that they put a sabot on that gets it even smaller than that? I don't know. I don't really know if you would be able to decrease a 5.56 down any smaller than 22 caliber. So I'm not sure about that one. Alaskan Ballistics is here. What's happening, man? How you doing? We got a couple Alaskan people in the house right now. You guys know each other, Alaskan Ballistics and Ant Diesel Vision? I know Alaska's the smallest state, so I'm sure since Alaska's such a teeny state that everyone lives there is all neighbors and know each other. But hey, I'm just saying. So yeah, tax review is saying maybe 4,500 foot per second. Someone else says 32, 33. I don't know. I don't know where you get these from. Like I said, my good friend that's in the chat here, we were at a county commissioners meeting. Okay, encouraging them to vote for two. These were given to me as a gift by a local buddy of mine in here. So I don't know where you buy these. Mateo says he's not seen a smaller one than 204. Okay. Actually, Dororo brings up one that might be a possibility. He's saying he'd like to see a okay, so a 5.56 neck down to a 17. Now I can see that. Yep. Raymond Reddington said the same thing. So I can see that being possible, right? Heck yeah. So what'd you guys think yet? How many of you went over to Shots from Cola's channel? I'm waiting for you guys will give me a report later. You guys have got to vet these people for me, but I already said he's a good guy, so. Let's see here. Ooh. Joe Anderson said 9mm was off the shelf, and people are getting nervous. I don't blame them. Well, don't blame people for getting nervous. Heck no. Heck no. Oh, Alexander saying Australia, just mimicking Bush. Actually, it's Austria. Bush did do that. Do you guys remember that? He talked about Australia, but it was, yeah. I should do that in my next video. The BB6 pistol from Australia. I mean, same difference, right? Austria, Australia, strudel, schnitzel. I mean, what? Is there a difference? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how straight these shoot. To be honest with you, fat. I have no idea. I've never shot them before. In fact, you guys are gonna call me a hoarder. I mean, not. I mean, you can see how neat my shop is. There's no reason you'd call me a hoarder or nothing, but I kind of don't want to shoot these. They're like so pretty. I feel like it's a shame to shoot them. But I might shoot a couple of them, okay? But I'm definitely not going to shoot all of them. Like, if I do shoot them, I'm definitely going to save, like, at least one of each just to look at it. Because they're pretty cool. Okay, Alaskan Ballistics. And that's what his channel is all about. And you guys probably already know who he is. But if you don't, Alaskan Ballistics, definitely go over there. He's been a friend of the channel for a long time. When I first started, he was starting to hang out on here. I don't remember how we met exactly, but Alaskan Ballistics, definitely want to give a shout out to him. He's a really good person, great channel. And let's see what he's saying here. Those Sabot 5.56s are able to be hand loaded. There's a video out there with M855 SS109 Sabot and a 300 Win Mag going right through a level 3+. Wow. Or level 4 plate at about 3 MOA. Now that's crazy. What do you think? What do you think, Alaskan? Do you have access to these, or do you want to load some up? Trust me, dude. I know how viewer requests go. It's like, don't add anything to my list. So this is just a friendly suggestion. But if you have a way to make yourself one of these, or make a couple of them, or get a couple, do this on your channel, that'd be awesome. If I know how to buy these, I'll send you some. I have to figure out how to even get these, okay? But that'd be a cool video on the Alaskan Ballistics channel. I'd like to know what these will actually do. Let me know, guys, if anyone would like to see Alaskan Ballistics do that, because you're not going to see that on this channel. Maybe, like, who knows? But I don't think I'm ever going to be a ballistics channel. I'd rather just watch people like Alaskan Ballistics videos for that. That's probably nothing I'll do. So see if you can pressure Alaskan Ballistics into doing this video. Okay, here we go. This is a local company here, but thanks for stating the obvious, by the way, Don. The Brass Kings, their information's right there, guys. So you can write that down or come back later on and pause this, because this will be playable after I'm done, of course. So there you go. Oh, Don, you made me feel like an idiot. I'm like, dude, I have no idea how to get this stuff. Like, what would I do? What would I do? And he's like, dude, look at the top of the box. And I'm like, well, geez, oh, Pete, imagine that. Look in the top of the box. What am I going to do with you guys? Let's see here. Shots with cola. Yes, I have. I thought I said this on another video, but maybe I didn't. My BB6 footage. My G2C project pistol that has the keep tinkering trigger. I shot video footage of it 2 weeks ago. Something got corrupted with either the camera and or the memory card. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I spent 12 hours trying to get it. Anyways, I lost my footage. So I'm going back again this weekend, and I'm going to have to do part 2. So the G2C project's not on hold on purpose, guys. I actually have a pile of upgrades sitting right here. I wanted to show the footage of the keep tinkering trigger and talk about it. I already have my opinions on it, by the way. I just didn't want to do it without showing some shooting footage with it. So, thanks for reminding me, man. It's kind of a touchy subject I don't like to think about, because it wasn't just the time I spent on the range. Like, I knew with the snow we've had and other jobs I've been busy with, it'd be like 2 more weeks before I could really go out with my cameras and set up again. And I wanted to put out that video with the keep tinkering trigger and the BB6 so bad. It's like the hours I spent with like every version of software that everyone recommended trying to get the files, and I just ended up wasting way too much time. So that's why it's a touchy subject, not because you brought it up. It's just some of you guys that have channels know what I'm talking about. It's happened to everybody at least once. So Robert M., hopefully that answered your question too. Hopefully that answered a lot of you guys' questions, really. Trey Orr says snow. Well, heck yeah, snow. I mean, not the last like couple days here, but it's below freezing right now. Flying Rich, what's happening, man? How you doing, Flying Rich? Another good buddy of mine. What's happening, man? He used to go by a different name. I don't know if he still like to go by that or not, so I'll just call you Flying Rich, but what's happening, Rich? Shout out to the Flying Rich channel for sure. Now it is Evil and Tactical Review. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. I know you do. It's the hours that you spend on it. And after you're done, you're like, why didn't I just throw away this memory card like right off the bat? Ugh. Crazy. Okay, Reindeer, the Rabbit, the Bat says, I should have checked my academy, but the Cabela's is closer. Speaking of Cabela's, tomorrow I'm going to Cabela's in Dundee, Michigan. If there's any local Michigan guys that are going to be going, look for me, say hi. I'm going to be there for a couple of reasons, but the main reason is if there's anyone in the area, seriously, if you're going to go anyways, look for me. I might not know what you look like, so that's why I always say the same thing whenever I'm going somewhere. You got to come to me because I just know like your avatar might have your dog in it, right? Like Cave Dave. I know what his dog and his AK looks like. If his dog walked up to me with that AK, I'd be good. But Dave, I don't know, right? So anyways, I'm going to be going there, and I'm going to be doing a interview or filming us talking, whatever you want to call it, with my Michigan State Representative, Joe Bellino, Michigan 17th District. Just got done texting him right before the stream started. So I'm going to be talking to him about Michigan gun rights, some of the stuff that's happened, what's going to be going forward. So definitely looking forward to that. And hopefully I'm going to be able to talk to my United States Congressman, Tim Walberg, because I heard he's going to be there. And I don't know him directly, but I like know people who know him type of thing. So I'm going to be definitely doing some interviews with one or two of the politicians on the state and probably national level too tomorrow, talking about gun rights. So you guys can see what's going on. You guys can decide if there's any pro-gun candidates that you want to vote for or not. And I'm going to be doing that as we go on here. I'm going to be interviewing people all the way from the local township level, township board, county commissioners, Michigan state reps, Michigan state senators, candidates, incumbents, and I'm going to try to help sort it out a little bit for you guys. I can't for the whole country, but at least in the Michigan area, you know. And even you guys that live all the way across the United States, I hope when I do some of these Michigan videos, it's still useful because I think some of the same things you see us doing here or going through here, or how these meetings work, you're probably going to be running against a lot of the same kind of stuff in your state. And I know I've had people here I know from Pennsylvania say, yeah, actually, if you go look at what's going on in Pennsylvania, they watched my Monroe, Michigan videos, and they said ours aren't really a whole lot different. It's the same thing. The person that stands up and says, ain't nobody coming after your shotgun. You have the Second Amendment. Relax, people. Ain't nobody going to take your guns. It's all good. We don't need this. Why do you need this resolution? Why do we need any laws? Well, and then you say, oh, okay, great. We shouldn't need any laws. Let's get rid of all of the 20,000 gun control laws. Oh, no. We need to keep those, but we don't need any laws to relieve us from any of them, right? But that's always the thing they say is nobody's coming after your guns. Nobody's ever going to take your guns. And then the person that's literally there trying to take your guns says, generations of hunting, bird hunting, skeet, and then they show themselves when they're running for office, a lot of them. They've got their hunter's orange on with their black lab. It's usually a beautiful dog. I mean, it's not the dog's fault that its owner's a FUD, but beautiful hunting dog. And they've always got their 12 gauge over their shoulder with a bird in the dog's mouth. And they're like, this proves I ain't coming after your guns. It proves it. And then you're like, well, Congressman, why did you vote for red flag laws? Why did you vote for the AWB? Why did you vote to get rid of the 30-round clipazines? Because once we shoot them all, there won't be any left, right? Well, you don't need no 30 caliber clip. Hold on a minute. I said I ain't coming after your guns. Look at me. A shotgun's all you need. You don't need a weapon of war. What would you need a weapon of war for? Well, maybe because it's not about hunting, and that's why I did the video I did last week. Look, the thing in Michigan, it's just a resolution. I know what a resolution is. It's not a law. But the nice thing about it is it can't be vetoed, because let me tell you what, if it was a true House bill, a statute that got passed through the Michigan House and the Senate, Gretchen, I call her the beauty, her and Nestle, the two beauties we have in Lansing, and they are beauties. She would have vetoed it. Gretchen would have vetoed it so darn fast, she would have laughed. Now, does that mean we still shouldn't be trying to pass pro-gun legislation? No, that's not the point I'm making. I'm just saying, look at our governor. It would have been vetoed. But the resolution in Michigan does state, as resolved by the Michigan State House, that it's not about hunting, that it's about to fight off just regular, everyday bad guys on the street and to fight off a tyrannical government. That's why I like to see that in the resolution. Now, it's not enough. But here's how I like to look at life. Just because it's not enough doesn't mean that we need to throw it out the window and get mad at it. And here's the thing. Probably nobody that's in the chat tonight, trust me, but why do people always want to throw out the baby with the bathwater? Yes, the resolution that was passed in Michigan, it's not the ultimate. If I could have written one and magically waved a magic wand, it would have been 100 times more powerful. If I could have waved a magic wand, I'd have a pro-gun governor that would have signed something like what Missouri's trying to put up. But at the same time, look who we've got, okay? We got to blame our neighbors, blame ourselves that we didn't try hard enough, blame somebody, but here's the facts of the matter. Somehow we got a ravagely anti-gun governor in office in Michigan, and we have majorities of Republicans in the House and Senate, but not super big majorities. The majorities actually shrunk from where they were before. So we're not going to be able to pass and get it on the governor's desk, something that literally says all gun laws are unconstitutional. There will never be another gun law in Michigan. Now, can we get there? Yes. So that's what I say when I'm like, look, guys, I'm happy with this resolution. It does state it's not about hunting. It's about protecting ourselves and our families, which all of us always say that, right? I've said it in my videos. You guys always say it in the comments, right? But it's about protecting ourselves against, let's just say, a bad guy, right? Or a bad chick. Chicks can be bad too, right? But it's usually a bad guy and a tyrannical government. It actually states that. Now, here's how this worked. When this country was formed, anything, no gun control laws, everything was fine. When you start in the 1930s going forward, they kept chipping away. So the other side, I say we, not like we as in literally me and you, we. So it wasn't like we as in me and Cave Dave or me and, Shots from Cola. I don't mean that. I'm just saying the general we. We sat by our whole lives and watched them chip away to the point where there's now 20,000 gun control laws on the books. And I think over 2,000 that are currently in different varying committees right now. So this is what sucks. You reap what you sow. We, not any of you guys, just we sat there forever and let them do all this. So no, we can't turn it around in one day. So I think we can still be happy in the state of Michigan that we passed our 2A sanctuary resolution. As long as we keep going and we don't stop and we're vigilant, we use that as the very first step. And then we build a little bit on top and on top and on top. And if it's taken 50 years for us to get into the shambles we're in now, hopefully it's not going to take 50 years to get out of it. But wouldn't you think it's going to take at least 5 years or at least a year? And one more time, because I've never preached to you guys, but people do. They come in the comments sometimes, and I could care less, guys. I love the good comments. People want to argue with me. I just don't have time for them, right? But they'll come in and say, dude, you're full of crap, blah, blah, blah. This resolution doesn't do everything. It doesn't wipe out everything from the NFA all the way up until the stuff right now in one sentence. So therefore, it's bull crap, and I'm weak-minded because I support it. It's like, don't you guys get it? There's only one way you guys are going to turn this all around. And you know what? They called it boogie, boogaloo. The boogie boys are going to come and get down and dirty. It's time to party. Let's party like it's 2020 in the Capitol. We're going to do it. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. So the fact that you didn't do it, and you alls and yous and yuns and yours went down there, and you took the streets, and they were cleaner when you left than when you got there, and they built the cage, and you all went in the cage. Great. Great. And God bless Virginia. This has nothing to do with Virginia, people. I'm just saying. Why are people... I'm meeting with my state representative tomorrow to say, thank you, sir, for being one of the co-sponsors to pass Michigan resolution for a sanctuary state. Yeah, I know it's a resolution. It doesn't hold the full force of law, but I'm going to thank him for that, and then I'm going to say, what are we working on next? What can we do to actually codify this into law? And then guys come in there and say, man, you're a milquetoast mofo, this and that, however they want to say it, right? Dude, you're whatever, right? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. What are you doing? Well, I'm going to boogie. I'm going to boogaloo right now. And I'm like, okay, where are you at? Where are you at? What's the name of your colonel? Where are you guys? And you know what I hear? Clickety-clack, 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 clack, 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 clack. I just hear a keyboard. Do you guys run into that too, or is that just me? I'm not talking about you guys. You guys are probably typing in the best comments ever, but that's what I'm actually noticing happens. And I get it, guys. I told you, the most excited thing in that resolution was to fight off a tyrannical government. Like, that is what the Second Amendment's about, and I've always said that. But this is how I'm doing it right now. Okay? Am I cock-locked and ready to rock? Yeah, I actually am, believe it or not. I do actually have body armor. I actually have adequate rifles, pistols, loaded magazines, guys. But where's it at? I don't see it. Now, I don't want it, though. I don't want a boogaloo. I don't. If it became necessary, I don't know. But I don't want that. So what I'm doing tomorrow is I'm going to talk to my state representative. Hopefully I'm going to be talking to my United States congressman. And for everybody that says, why are we still talking to these elected officials when we should just be partying? See, I'm older now. It used to be party like it's 1999. Now it's party like it's 2020. All right. Where's the party? I haven't seen it yet. You guys know what I'm saying, right? Sounds like a lot of fun, but I haven't seen it yet. So there we go. And it would be horrible, like Kathleen Music Lover said, because it sounds fun to think to yourself, like, well, there's this scenario where it's a blue helmet and it's this and that. That all sounds pretty cool. Or Red Dawn, the commies, the Reds are dropping from the sky. That's cool until you guys think about it. And it might be your sister that's a liberal. And you can't talk politics with her more than 5 minutes at the dinner table, but you still love her because it's your sister. She might be the other one on the other side. And are you going to be able to stare down the irons at her and be like, not a problem. I'm cold as steel. Now, if you're a sociopath, maybe. And I know there are sociopaths out there. But the average person, look at the United States Civil War. The average person really doesn't want to fight their own brother or their own sister or a father having to shoot his own son. So it sounds fun, and I get it. I do. And I do think that it's necessary. A well-regulated militia, okay? Like it says, like it's written, being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And I believe the first part is probably the most important part. Well, they're tied with each other, I would say, right? Being necessary to the free state, the security of a free state. I totally get it. But just because it's necessary, I don't know why everyone's looking forward to it so darn much. Do you guys ever think about this stuff, or is it just me? So, I don't know. I'm going to go talk to my state rep and see what we can do to try to see if we can turn some of this around. In the meanwhile, though, I'm also ready. It's like I can chew gum and walk at the same time. So, yeah. And here's the things people don't really realize, too. The revolution, 1776. And I even saw this famous YouTuber. He got on and he said, stop with your I will not comply and just shoot redcoats in the face. Well, here's what he failed to realize. When the British were putting in more edicts to subjugate the colonists more and more and more, and they went after their guns and they taxed their tea. Taxing the tea was a bad thing. But when they went after their gunpowder, okay, that was the big deal, right? That's what kicked it off. Do you know what they were doing? They were doing mass noncompliance. They were also at the same time negotiating, okay? Look it up, guys. It's all history. Look at what Ben Franklin was doing the whole time. Ben Franklin, well, who was he? Well, probably one of the greatest founding fathers. Because, yes, George Washington was leading them across the Delaware. And, yeah, they were giving it to the Redcoats. Yeah, the Redcoats would have come back with their next armada and just wiped us right back out in round two so fast, except for Ben Franklin was over there wooing the French, being political. Of all people, the French. Now, the French weren't as powerful as the British Empire at the time, but they were powerful enough that when Ben Franklin convinced them to back us, the British were like, well, hold on a minute. Now, they did try it again, War of 1812, okay? But Ben Franklin was over there making friends with the French, of all things. So people that say, like, you know, I will not comply means you're soft. This is someone that's ignorant, because if you look at, and then they cite 1776. 1776 was all about non-compliance. It was also about negotiations. It was also about, we tried to be peaceful to the bitter end. What many people nowadays fail to realize is it wasn't like instantly the colonists magically in the year 1775 or 6 said, that's it. You did one thing we didn't like, and we're instantly raising our arms. No, they negotiated. They tried to have peaceful treaties. They tried to have peaceful talk. They tried their hardest, and they said, you know what? We've tried. I'm going to ask you very politely one more time, and I'm not going to ask you again. Don't tread on me. I will not comply. And then when they came through, and they said, nope, we're going to confiscate the gunpowder stores, Paul Revere said the redcoats are coming. And that started it. Lexington, Concord. Anybody that tells you that it was literally just a bunch of colonists that sat around their keyboards, just instantly started to blow in the face off the redcoats, they're ignorant. Absolutely. The founding fathers said, I will not comply. The whole Revolutionary War started with, I will not comply. And I just happened to be wearing this hat before this stream started, but I'll continue to wear this hat. And I don't care how many subs that other channel has, I'm going to wear this hat. And if my subs don't like it, to hell with you. Go over to his channel. I will not comply. And it has nothing to do with being weak. The colonists did not comply. They also negotiated. Look it up if you guys don't believe me. Look up what Ben Franklin was doing with the French of all things. Now, that takes nothing away from our brave colonists that actually got out there and fought, of course. But Britain could have come back for round 2, right? So there's just a lot more to it. So people that just instantly want to say, I just want to pick up my musket, I just want to go right now, and that's all there is to it, you can go. You can go all you want. I haven't seen anybody that's ready to go, quite frankly. Where are they at? Like I keep saying, I don't see them. But we can be ready to go if that's what we need to do while still paying attention to these letters that are happening, while still call up your local state rep, your state senator, your United States congressman, your United States senator. We've gotten ourselves in the situation we're in right now because of a bunch of laws that there are means to get laws repealed or add. I hate to say this, you shouldn't have to add laws. I'm more of a fan of just repealing, but once in a while it becomes necessary to add a law on top that says, well, we're going to reinforce the laws we already have. And I'm sitting here shrugging my shoulders right now because, yeah, our system of government does kind of sort of suck. It does. And it sucks that we have a two-party system. And unless it's got an R or unless it's got a D, it's not going to be able to make it through the Electoral College. That all sucks. But with all of that said, I have no problem saying I will not comply. And I am going to go meet with my state representative, who, by the way, is a patriot and a really good dude. So there you go. That's my little rant, and I haven't looked at the comments in quite a while. Okay, Alonzo's talking about something they'd like to listen to when they're falling asleep. Hey, I gave you guys the real quick Cliff's Notes just because I'm trying to prove a bigger point here, you know, as it applies to guns and gun rights and this common term that kind of got not invented, but invented in the gun community, this boogie and all that kind of stuff, which is great. It's awesome, but I don't know. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I've had a few people strolling on in sideways. They come into my YouTube comments all sideways like, meow. And they're like, dude, take off that I will not comply hat. Bleepity Bleep channel said, if you wear that you're a blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whatever. I could care less. And here's the thing. That person that made that video, I don't know him. He might be the best guy ever. He might not be. I don't care. He might have just been doing it just to get a bunch of views. But then his viewers take him serious, and they come on in sideways, and I'm like, man, like, I'm not an expert of the United States Revolution by any means, but you don't have to be an expert to know that non-compliance and peaceful negotiations were like of the utmost like forefront in the days leading up to the Revolutionary War, right? I would say even in public schools they teach you that, but I don't know nowadays. At one time, if you're at least 40 or older, they even taught you that in public schools, right? So this is a good one. This is a good one for you guys. Have you guys ever heard of this one? This small little pamphlet. I guess you could call it a book. Pamphlet. Common Sense, Thomas Paine. I haven't heard this from college, but I bought this new one because there was a friend that was asking about this. So I'll be giving this away when I see a friend of mine next. But yeah, this tells you a lot about what we're talking about here. Common sense. It even tells you there's even a little list and chart that says, how the ship should be armed. Okay. How many grams of powder they should have. How many guns. They're using this in, British pounds for their currency. But yeah, this is right around the time of the new America here. Oh, I'm not going to sit and summarize this book. That's not the exact point, but there you go. This is another good book. Common Sense. Now, unfortunately, nowadays, like literally today, the other side's kind of perverted the word common sense. But this is actually the true meaning of common sense here. This isn't like common sense gun control, as they call it. Like, why would you need a 30 caliber clipazine? And what would you need that for? If you shot a deer with the 223, it's so powerful, there wouldn't be any meat left. No. Not that kind of common sense. This is like actually the real definition of common sense. And good night, Flying Rich. Nice to see you, man. But yeah, reptile guys, death by 1,000 cuts. Someone has a real following, have to take action. I hear you. They'll have to take action. I know I don't have a real following. If that's what you're implying, I completely agree with you. However, there's 1,000 paper cuts, but I don't know. I'm still going to talk to my Michigan State representative tomorrow. So yeah. Common sense that only exists in comic books. Yeah. Keto diet. I know about that. Oh, you guys are talking about that. Okay. I didn't look at the comments for a long time, guys. I'm sorry. Joe Anderson says, I know who you're talking about. No, that's cool. And Kathleen Music Lover. No, I'm ignoring it. I'm not a tit for tat guy. I'm not mentioning their name for a reason. I don't want to mention their name. I'm just talking about the topic, okay? Because that person didn't really get on my nerves at all. It's just the overwhelming thought of it, right? That it's like, well, hold on a minute. Did you really study your history? Because I'm by no means a history expert at all, right? Like I don't have any PhDs or master's degrees in anything, but I even kind of sort of know that it didn't quite go down like that, right? Not exactly. You're probably already gone, but if not, good night, Alaskan Ballistics. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you for sure, buddy. And I don't know, he probably answered me earlier because I think I've told you guys in the past. I do go back and read these later, so I'll probably find out later that Alaskan said, I'll do a video on that, or I won't do a video on that, or whatever he'll tell me. Semper Paratus, what's happening? And Kathleen Music Lover, Keyboard Warriors. I tried to emulate the emoji that she put in there. Yeah. Keyboard Warriors. No, I went to a public school, guys. Trust me. That's just the old saying, right? Even public schools teach you that, but I'm not a private school kid. I went to public schools all the way through, went to my local community college, all right? So I was definitely not a trust fund or a private school kid. We had no money at all when I grew up. Like, I went to public school because it was free, right? Like probably 99% of you guys did. Garage Guy. Hey, how's it going, Garage Guy? What's happening? Speaking of Virginia, there he is. Have you had the chance to try the Taurus 856? No, but I do have the Taurus 85. Is there really a difference? I do have the Taurus 85. Yeah, the colonists were forced to fight the Brits, basically. Semper Paratus, better late than never. Oh, you're good, dude. We're still going. You walked in halfway during the rant, midway. I don't know. I think I said the same thing, didn't I? He either walked in halfway through the rant, or I'll make the distinguishment midway through the rant. It was one of the two. And I think I'm going to be right on one of those. What do you think? Let me know, poor conservative. Which one did I get right on that one? When you have children, I know where you're coming from. I don't want my family to suffer, but we can't live free like God intended. What's the point? No, I hear you. I hear you. And Mike, that's what Mike, I agree with you. Mike Bomarito, yeah. When he went to school, they taught history. That's what I'm saying. They still taught some history when I was in school. I'm a little older, though. I talk to some of these young bucks now, and they're like, Revolutionary War? Oh, yeah, Revolutionary War. That's when the Confederates and the Union fought. And I'm like, well, that was the Civil War. And they're like, yeah, that was the first war in our country's history, right? And I'm like, no, like the 10th, maybe? Approximately-ish. Dude, what are you talking about? Like, no, it was the Confederates. That's why they banned the rebel flag. I'm like, that's right. They did ban the rebel flag. Because when I was a kid, it's not banned, but you guys know what I'm talking about. They took it from the Dukes of Hazzard car and whatever. I mean, that's a whole nother topic, but but they did teach history at one time, a little more than they do now. I know. Okay. Elon saying, I feel like there's less than 10% of us to be really willing to fight for the other 90%. Hopefully it'll be more. Yeah. And 10% would probably be enough. And you guys, I think most of you guys know what I've been getting at this whole time. These points are separate from each other. I think you can both be ready, if you want to call it that. Whatever terminology you want to use, you can be physically ready, okay, but not necessarily want to do that and still be trying other means. You can still be talking to your congressman, your representative, initiatives, ballot initiatives. They can be started. You can sign petitions and get laws changed in your state. You can still be working hard on that while you're also working hard on that. I know there's only so much time in the day, but maybe it's like this. Maybe some of the people that are a little more able-bodied, maybe somebody just got out of the Marines last year that's in this stream right now. You're just built like a brick you-know-what house. You're ready to fight. You can run 20 miles straight. Yeah, man, keep training. You might be one of the best people that we could have for that method. Now, meanwhile, there might be a guy that's in his 70s that's recovered, but he's had his first stroke last year. He might not be able to get down and boogie, but he can be working on the diplomatic things that are always worked on, because that's what people forget. Whenever there's any kind of battle in modern history, past history, American Revolution, even biblical times, it wasn't just the strong, young men out there, swords, firearms, whatever it would be. No, there was still people like in their capitals that were negotiating things. There was still people out there talking to the crowds, motivating people to try to get more people to either enlist or to get the troop spirits up. So that's another thing I think a lot of people forget. If there ever was a 1776 part 2, every single person wouldn't be able to just be running out in the streets like bayonet fixed, because if that happens, that usually is kind of like, that's how a lot of like conscripts fight wars, and usually they lose pretty fast. See, there still needs to be people on a certain level organizing things, trying to make treaties and truces with the right allies and bringing people together. I'm not a war expert. Probably a lot of you guys know more about this than me, but I've kind of sort of seen that in common with pretty much every type of war that there's ever been, right? Don't forget, not to be redundant, but just to remind everybody, right after the foundation of the new country, as the lady asked him on the steps, right after the first Congress there, Mr. Franklin, what have we? What do we have? She said, what form of government do we have? Have we a monarchy or have we a republic? And he said, we have a republic if you can keep it. And then he went over there to France and was schmoozing the French, sleeping with all the diplomats' wives, giving them nice liquor, getting them drunk, whatever he had to do. And that's why the British didn't come back quite so much. Now, they did come back later, but by then we were a little more ready for them, right? So, even then, you had the fat old man with the big wig on there. He wasn't necessarily more important than the troops, than the people in the Continental Army, the people in the militias. He wasn't necessarily more important than them, but you could argue almost as important at winning the war, right? And he probably, maybe he did, but probably from all the history I've read, Ben Franklin himself never actually picked up a musket. From what I understand, George Washington himself, not so much. He wasn't just a regular infantryman. Now, is he more valuable than infantryman? No, that's not what I'm saying. But it's just kind of funny because people are like, oh, well, if you're not literally out in the streets right now fighting, you're not doing anything to save the Second Amendment. And I would note, yeah, we might need people to do that, but we might need people that don't necessarily do that too. And by the way, I don't see you in the street right now. What the heck are you doing? The fact that you're sitting here on your keyboard arguing with me actually proves to me that you're not like currently right now leading the charge with your bayonet fixed on a battlefield. And again, when I say you, I don't mean you guys. I'm just talking about some random person that'll come in sideways as heck into the comment sections of of YouTube comments. So yeah. What are you guys talking about here? Yeah, we're out here, but we can't be Rambos about it. I got you. And you know what, dude? Here's the thing. We all can't be, but there are some people that can be Rambos. I wasn't making fun of that. I truly meant there's some infantrymen that I've met, you know, that have come out of different branches of the armed services, all the branches really, that are pretty, well, besides the Chair Force. No, I'm joking, guys. I can't rip on any service. I just couldn't help it. But no, I've met people from all the different branches of the armed services that there's some pretty tough dudes, some pretty tough chicks that come out of there. And we are going to need some people that are just old-fashioned tough. Make no mistake. But then there was Ben Franklin. And that's what I always like to remind people of, you know, that look up what he did. He was probably a pretty big deal. Right, Mateo? Me and Mateo have talked about this before. Ozark, yeah, man. What's happening, man? Ozark will vouch for me on this. He's a little bit learned in his history. For a Southern boy, he knows a little bit. He can't read, but what he can do is, if there's enough pictures in the book, Ozark can figure it out. Shout out to Ozark Yemen, by the way. I like your videos, man. You're doing a good job. But Ben Franklin was probably kind of sort of a big deal. And he definitely wasn't necessarily a boogaloo boy. Mateo, just a little bit, yeah. There you go, White Space Marines. See, that's what White Space is for. I'm going to get on this thing and rant, right? I'll rant on my YouTube channel. I'll rally the troops because we've got White Space Marines. He's perfectly happy living in the forest like Rambo and chewing the bark off of a big fat log. There you go. So, you guys see what I'm saying? White Space Marines came in just in the nick of time and proved me completely right. I'm going to do the Ben Franklin. I'm going to sleep with y'all's women for diplomatic reasons. But we've got White Space Marines, and he's going to be out there, big old survival knife in his teeth, chewing the bark off the trees. So we got it covered. We've got it covered. Ooh, RJ, old Ben Franklin wasn't a fan of, so I've heard. Ooh. But he still slept with all the diplomats' women. How does that work? Times must have been different back then, but the way I've read it is, see, nowadays it's the opposite, right? If you're like trying to get on some dude's good side, you sleep with his wife, probably not so much. But from what I understand, Ben Franklin was able to like get, you know, build diplomatic relations by sleeping with top government officials' wives. It's like, oh, thank you, sir. Thank you for doing my wife better than I ever could. We will give you 5 ships to aid in your effort. I mean, I'm kind of exaggerating, but from what I've read, that's kind of sort of how it went down. Like, I don't think it really goes like that too much anymore, does it? What do you guys think? I can hardly say that with a straight face, but paraphrasing a little bit, that's what it sounded like. What do you think, poor conservative? Is that kind of what Ben Franklin did? He's like, hey, I'm way dirtier than your husband, okay? So, you know, if you'll, oh, yes, sir. And then before you know it, he signed the treaty. Yes. Asfat says Benjamin must have had a big gun. Ooh. I started it all. I was ready to say dirty mind, but I started it, so that's my fault. It's my fault for sure. What are you guys talking about in here? I know, that is weird. John Williams, you are right. Most Hispanics I've met. Now, I don't know all Hispanics, but I've met a lot of Hispanics just on this channel alone. Most Hispanics I've met are conservative, and they like guns. They're pro-gun. They're pro-gun conservatives. Now, I don't know about the ones that are like watch this channel, but they say statistically the Hispanics do vote for Democrats. I don't know why. That is a good question. Now, I would say if there's any Hispanics in here, let me know. But here's the thing. The Hispanics in here are usually pretty pro-gun. So I do realize I'm in an echo chamber. But the Hispanics that I meet here on YouTube are all very pro-gun. So, but then again, if I ran a Moms Demand Action channel, then I'd probably meet all the anti-gun Hispanics, right? Oh, looks like we got a couple Marines in here. Neo Lexington, nerd stuff. Yeah, pretty much. I've talked about quite a bit of nerd stuff, haven't I? There's Albert McCall representing the Navy. The Air Force people could give me all the crap they want for that joke I made. That's fine. I'll take it. Christian May, men versus women might be the important distinction. I know men and women do vote along different party lines a lot more often than not. That's true. That's true. I've never served in any of the branches, okay? Just to make it clear, guys. Let's see here. I appreciate you guys that did, though. I really do. I really do. I don't have anything against the military. It just wasn't for me at that time. The Coast Guard, of course. Heck yeah. I didn't forget the Coast Guard. I don't even think I named the Navy, did I? Oh, no, Albert McCall. I haven't read any Coast Guard personnel yet. So if there is Coast Guard in here, heck yeah, Coast Guard. Army, Shojas, there you go. No, I'm just kind of reading through the branches. Is there anybody in Space Force? I heard they started it. Have they started actually dishing out ranks for that yet? I don't know. Do we have any Space Force vets in here? Okay, you guys, real quick. I need a drink. I'm not going to go on too much longer, but I usually take a break after an hour. You guys go over all your MOS stuff. It's all in secret code. I can't understand it anyway, so you guys keep putting in all your coded, your MOSs. If you guys were, if any of you guys were in the officers ranks, you guys can type how many, NCOs you slept with. Just put it all in there, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, guys? All right, I'm back. Is anyone still here? Oh, geez, you guys still are here. All right, the show must go on then. Now I got a couple more about. Okay, I'm back. I promise this time. Albert McCall, sonar operator on a destroyer. Awesome. That's funny, Ozark. Oh boy. See, I told you there was some guys in here. I told you there was some infantry. Oh, 311. That's an infantry. That's a rifleman, is it not? If my memory serves me correctly, I think we've got a rifleman in here. Oh, 311. I know that's going to be for sure an infantry rank. Or infantry MOS, not a rank, MOS. Right as I was saying that, I saw somebody saying their rank in here. Let's see here. A-dubs, that's you, the rifleman. I told you there was some guys in here. It's a pretty good guess, okay? When I'm in this stream, it's like, let me guess. There might be some pro-gun people in here, maybe. And there might be some veterans. Like, I'm not sure, but probably. And like I said earlier, I definitely appreciate you guys. I've never been anti-vet, anti-service. I just didn't do it. I'll tell you what, if I knew what I knew now when I was that age, I probably would have enlisted, really. But when I was 18 years old, I just wasn't all about it back then, to be honest. And yes, we do have the Coast Guard, Semper Paratus. Right on. Okay, was Army and National Guard before Coast Guard. Okay, so he's 3, right? Resource officer at the Lavan Bravo. Tactical Review says. Rockford Ordnance. He says at 2A EDU, screw those guys leaving the crappy comments about what you're doing for the 2A. Ask yourself one question. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's what they did to us. Thank you, Rockford. See, I say this so much. You guys streams, it's like that movie Groundhog Day. I'll go on this rant for 20 minutes, and then someone comes in here, usually a little smarter than me, and they summarize it in one sentence. So, Rockford, why didn't you just type that before I went on my rant? Because my whole rant was basically to say exactly what you just said. So, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Show just said I enlisted when the Twin Towers got taken out. Let's just say I was a tad bit pissed off. Just a little bit, right? Like, yeah. Awesome, man. Threaded for my pleasure. What's happening, man? Did you just sneak in here? Did I diss you earlier? Like, anyways, I didn't mean to diss you, but glad to see you here. Pierre Donaldson, what's happening, man? Another local boy in the house. 0311. Am I right? 0311. Are you guys infantry? Specifically, are you guys considered like a rifleman or a gunner? Is that your job? I think so. And if not, just tell me I'm wrong and I'll shut up because I'm probably wrong. But I think we've got some infantrymen in here. Oh, 11B is bang bang. Okay. All right. Now, I wasn't in the military, guys. I know a few of the MOSs because of, friends and stuff, but I don't know. I just know that there's a few people in here who are ready. I know you guys are ready if you need to be. Trust me. I totally get it. Basic infantry, Macheo said. There you go. Thanks, man. Ooh, Kathleen Music Lover. Elephant medium rare, please. Ooh, I think I have some, let's see here. I have some red cayenne pepper back here. If you guys want to have an elephant cook-off, I've got some spices here. There's some red cayenne. Do you guys know why I leave red cayenne pepper in the shop here? There's not like a kitchen in here. You guys probably already know this because there's some true hillbillies in here, but it works. Red cayenne pepper is great to seal a small radiator leak. I'm not going to lie. I know a few of you guys have done that before. The red cayenne pepper in the radiator, it actually works. I'm not even joking. It's great. Always leave some cayenne pepper around. I have it in all my vehicles, just the cheap dollar store stuff. Hold on a minute. Cheap dollar store. This will help a radiator leak. Black pepper too, Randall Hill says. There you go. Randall Hill's a good old boy. He knows. I told you I had some good old boys in here. Black pepper, there you go. This is cheaper, though. The red cayenne pepper is usually a little cheaper, but it works. Rockford Ordinance, you have motivated me and many more to do more. You're going to see more from me on this subject. I've been writing letters, calling, talking to young folks, and doing whatever I can. And thank you for sharing that with me because, look, guys, just because I have a channel and I've got people that watch my videos, sometimes it can feel pretty lonely for me too. And if you guys have got encouragement from me, I really appreciate it. That means a lot that I know, what's going on, because sometimes it does feel like you're all alone. Because here's the problem. I go and I'm going to talk to my state rep tomorrow and probably my United States congressman about gun rights issues, red flag laws, right? Things like that. And the anti-gunners, they're against me. 100% of them are. All of them are. And then when I come back and talk about it on my gun YouTube channel, 90% of you guys are with me, but 10% of these guys are against me too. So I'm dealing with all of the other side against me and part of my side against me. And obviously, I'm not shaken by it because I keep going on. And I'm literally starting a series like essentially right now, like tomorrow morning. It might not come out till next week, the actual footage, but I'm starting a series where I'm going to be going around talking to incumbents and candidates, grassroots candidates for Congress, people that aren't part of the establishment, people that they probably don't have much of a chance to win. I get it, but they're just as patriotic as you and me, and they're trying to get enough signatures to get their names on the ballots to primary some of these rhinos and establishment people. So I'm going to keep working on it no matter what. But I do appreciate a little bit of encouragement every once in a while because it helps. You know what I'm saying? What time tomorrow? So hold on 1 second here. I was literally texting, like I wasn't joking, right before. I haven't had a chance to put it in my schedule. Okay. It says 11:45. He's going to be there at 11:30. So around 11:30, 11:45 at Cabela's until I think around 1:30. So there's a little event going on there, and there's going to be some politicians. Dundee, Michigan. I'll probably actually try to get there at just like, I'll probably get there at 11 or something, right? Get my camera set up and walk around a little bit. So, no, Semper Paratus, I'm not sweating it. I'm not. And I appreciate it, man. I do, because you guys do know where I'm coming from, though, right? Like, the anti-gun's always against me 100% of the time. Like, I've never once had an anti-gunner come up and be like, I'm with you. But then the pro-gunners, you're right, 99%. Guys, you guys don't even know, like, how awesome it is when I put out a video and I read my comment section. Like, it's awesome. And that's why I have so much fun doing my videos, is because of you guys. So I definitely don't want to give you guys the wrong impression. But I'm just letting you guys know that the more viewers you get and the bigger the channel you get, you find out that there's a lot of pro-gunners that are against you too. So you just got to keep fighting a little bit harder. That's all. That's all. Let's see here. Rockford, the Boogaloo Boys are the ones you have to watch out for. Nothing more than anarchists once SHTF. Okay. And I totally hear you. Now I'm also hearing Christian May saying I get called an anarchist for supporting civil liberties. And anarchist can mean different things, right? And I know that Rockford Ordinance also supports civil liberties too. Some of these words can mean different things, except for Neo Lexington. That pretty much only means one thing. When you say FUD, there's a FUD. So I put out a video calling out the ATF. I get all these FUD gun dealers coming in there. Now, all gun dealers aren't FUDs. And I'll tell you what, if you're ever near Newport, Michigan, Monroe County area, Super Match G&A, go in there, talk to Matt, tell him I sent you. Say, hey, I'm a friend of 2A EDU. He's one of my best friends. He's not a FUD. So there's true patriots that own gun shops. That said, so many gun shop owners are in there making excuses for the ATF. Oh, the ATF, blah, blah, blah. The ATF is this godsend. They're just totally awesome, right? No, I'm sorry, guys. I know you make your living, but at the same time, no, the ATF's not our friend. They were never designed to be our friend. They never will be our friend. And Southeast Michigan citizen was there today. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I'm actually going to be doing a video or two coming up here soon in Supermatch. He's got a couple guns that I don't have, I can't afford, that he's going to loan me out of his personal collection that I might be able to actually bring here. Now, the gun shop stuff, I'm going to do a little bit of filming in the gun shop, but heck yeah. Let's see here. Nita Villar says, I don't agree with that. Okay. I'm not exactly sure specifically, but you got to watch out. Forge and Woodcraft, you got to watch out people all over the place. Because here's the thing. It's the internet. And I've learned this too. Sometimes when some guy comes into a comment and says, I'm pro-gun, asterisk, 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 they might not be pro-gun at all. They might just be telling me a lie to try to get their foot in the door. I get it. I get it. There's just all kinds of stuff. Dauntless defense, not a hoarder or librarian. Exactly. And yes, I agree with you guys. One after another here. Tactical review. Let's see here. Tactical review. We've got, somebody's coming on to Mateo. That's kind of nice, I guess. I'd take that as a compliment, Mateo. Whatever. Somebody with some Cyrillic writing or weird font, whatever. You never know who's going to come in. The later these streams get, they all come in here, okay? Now, Kathleen, tactical review, and others. Yeah, I think the ATF's totally illegal. Check this out, guys. I did this video. It was like 3 minutes in my car. I'm going to give you guys my real quick, like 30-second Cliff's Notes of this CPL NICS thing from Michigan. I'm going to unbox something I won from Beretta, and probably call it a night here. But we're going to hang out a few more minutes at least. So you guys already know what happened. So basically, up until just a couple days ago, if you had a CPL in the state of Michigan, it was considered a NICS check alternative, meaning you've already had your NICS check, you've already had fingerprints taken, right? You've already had an FBI background check. So since you've already done it, no need to do it every time. And there's provisions within the Brady law, which in and of itself is unconstitutional. Let me start off with that. I don't agree with the Brady law. We shouldn't have it at all, the whole Brady bill. But since we do have it, this is the law of the land, and the ATF, as far as I know, is law enforcement, right? They're part of the executive branch. They're not part of the legislative. Well, due to cases such as Chevron versus Department of Natural Resources and what the courts have upheld as the Chevron deference, they've now said that, well, what can happen is if a law enforcement agency interprets a law and says one thing, and then the law says something else. So there's a conflict between the law itself and the interpretation of said law. The interpretation actually carries more weight and has precedence over the law itself. Now, in what USA do we live in, or America we live in, that could even be possible? I don't know. I don't know. I disagree with all of this, but that is Supreme Court precedence upon, look up Chevron. Okay, look up the Chevron case. This is true. So, when the ATF says we think 18 USC 922 T3 means this, but it actually says something else, what the ATF says it means goes. Now, they're going to tell you they're not writing laws. To me, what's the darn difference? Like, what difference does it make? Because if a law can say A, and they interpret it as B, and B wins over A, they're not only writing law, they're serving as like a monarchy, right? As Ben Franklin said, a republic if you can keep it. Well, the contrary to that is if you can't keep it, you end up with a monarchy. And it does feel in this day and age like we're living under the monarchy rule of places such as ATF when it comes to our world a lot. When you go to other people's lives, what they do, for work and their life, it could be the DEA, it could be the DEQ, it could be all these different three-letter agencies, right? Where they come in, it could be the FCC. And these three-letter alphabet soup agencies are now, in my opinion, it appears to me, become just the monarchy, where they're basically like, I am the legislator, I am the judicial, and I am the executive. I'm going to create the law, I'm going to tell you whether it's constitutional or not, and then I'm going to enforce it. And that's kind of sort of what they do. And probably the biggest example that was thrown right in our face was bump stocks, where there was a clear statutory definition of what a machine gun is, crystal clear, very specifics in the law that I don't even agree with. Repeal the NFA, by the way. Repeal it, gone. But since it is the law, it specifically states what a machine gun is. The bump stock literally is proven, physically proven it's not a machine gun. Well, after the president demanded that the Department of Justice, Attorney General, and his underlings, the ATF, they said, nope, we now interpret the law to mean different than what it said. Now, this wasn't a gray area. I'm speaking this way for a reason. The statute was very, very clear as to what a machine gun was. There was no ambiguity at all. But they came in and said it means something totally different. Well, their interpretation, due to the Chevron case, Chevron deference, says that the interpretation means more than what the law that they're interpreting says. So let's go to this. Michigan. Basically what they're saying here is they're interpreting 18 USC to mean a certain thing. And they're saying that, I'm just going to read the last paragraph here, a couple paragraphs. ATF based its determination on the requirements of 18 USC 922T, that the requirements set forth in statute MCL 28.4262 and relevant part, the state statute required that a CPL shall not be issued to an applicant unless the Michigan State Police has determined through Federal National Instant Criminal Background Check System, NICS, that the applicant is not prohibited under federal law from possessing or transporting a firearm, and has verified through the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, databases that the applicant is not an illegal alien or non-immigrant alien. Okay, now here's the meat of it. In spite of this statutory requirement, ATF recently received information from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Criminal Information Services Division Audit Unit, that Michigan CPLs have been and continue to be issued to certain applicants without a determination by Michigan officials as to whether the applicant is prohibited under federal law from possessing or transporting firearms. Specifically, ATF learned that CPLs were and continued to be issued to applicants who are likely prohibited due to a conviction for a misdemeanor crime of domestic violence and to habitual marijuana users. Although possession and use of marijuana is not unlawful under Michigan law, marijuana remains a, quote, controlled substance under federal law, and those using marijuana are prohibited from possessing or transporting a firearm, pursuant to 18 USC 922. The ATF open letter issued to all Michigan federal firearms licensees, FFLs, on March 24th, 2006, that was the previous one, right, is rescinded as of the date of this letter because, as explained above, a valid Michigan CPL is no longer a NICS alternative under 18 USC 922T. All Michigan FFLs are required to conduct a NICS background check prior to the transfer of a firearm to a non-licensee, meaning you're not an FFL, even if that individual possesses a valid unexpired CPL. Now, here's the problem. Nowhere in this provision of 18 USC 922, so that's the law, does it state that if the police mess up in their job of doing these background checks, that the CPL is not supposed to be a NICS alternative. No, it doesn't say that actually at all. So this is them interpreting what it means. Here's the other problem I have with this. People have said, well, this is the state police's fault in essence. And yes, it is, I think, but it's still both. It's both the ATF and the Michigan State Police's fault. And here's why. Here's my opinion. Now, this is all according to the ATF and the FBI, not me. They're basically saying the Michigan State Police were negligent and did not follow federal law. So they don't use the words broke the law, but that's essentially what it says here, right? Not me saying this. I'm not a lawyer, but this is what they're saying. They're saying that Michigan State Police had a duty under a federal code, U.S. Code 922, and that they were supposed to do background checks and that they were not supposed to issue CPLs to people that were federally prohibited, whether it was domestic violence, Lautenberg, or whether it was the marijuana law, which has been on the books forever. It's still federally prohibited, guys. It's actually higher classification, worse classification than powdered cocaine. It's up there with crack cocaine and heroin, according to the federal government. Totally separate issue. I know there's tons of opinions on that, and those opinions are great, but that's not what I'm talking about here. It is against federal law, okay? I roll, whatever, but it is. Now, they're basically saying that they found the state police were in violation of a federal law. So this letter, what do you guys think about this? I just want you guys' opinion on this. Now, here's how this works. Let me go back. Let's try to use a little common sense. Not common sense 30 caliber clip control, but Let's go back to some true common sense. Now, if I broke the law and had the FBI investigating me and the ATF investigating and interpreting and making laws as they go, which is what they do, against me, do you think I would get the letter to me that I'm in trouble because I broke the law? Or do you think they'd send it to Mateo? Well, is that a trick question, dude? No, I'm being serious because, well, they'd send it to Mateo, right? Because I broke the law here in Michigan. They're going to send the letter to Mateo, right? No, I mean, I am being serious, but no, that doesn't make any sense. Like, who does that, right? Well, they just did it to us. And here's what they did. They literally stayed here. Now, note, it doesn't say anywhere that a Michigan citizen broke the law. Now, if a Michigan citizen did break the law and they lied on their application, whether they have a certain criminal history or criminal, uses of different things or not, maybe they did, but it doesn't say that in here. It does not say that any Michigan citizen broke the law. What it says is there's people in Michigan that were given CPLs because they didn't run the proper background check. So since there's a federal statute that says that the Michigan State Police must run said background check, sounds like to me that the ATF and FBI are accusing the Michigan State Police of not following the law. Is that how you guys would read this too? So what did they do? This letter isn't written to the Michigan State Police, though. You would see them writing this letter to the Michigan State Police saying, Michigan State Police, we found you're not in compliance with this federal law, and under USC blah, 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 we can fine you or imprison you of this much money and or federal felony imprisonment, both, right? This letter isn't written to them. It's written to FFLs. So basically, they're accusing the state police here of violating a federal law, and their remedy to correct the lawlessness, according to them, I'm not accusing the police of anything. I'm not law enforcement, but according to them, they're saying since the state police broke a law, now regular citizens like me and you that haven't done anything wrong, we have to go through this extra background check. And we have to sit there on hold. Maybe it's delayed. Maybe we have to come back another day, but we're working the next day. So it takes 2 more weeks for us to get our, you know what I'm saying? To get our firearm. A right delayed is a right denied. Does somebody have their civil rights when they go to buy a gun because there's an imminent threat and a guy's ex-girlfriend's like, I'm going to kill you when I see you next, or vice versa? Her ex-husband, whoever it is. You go up to the gun shop and you get a gun, but what if it's delayed? And then you get killed that night when you go home. You didn't get your rights, did you? Your God-given rights that were never given to you by the government. But like I always say, they didn't give it to us. But they sure as heck are trying to take it away. So there you go. And no, it's not the FBI. Handguns in Michigan, the state police are a point of contact for NICS, if that's what you're talking about. But the state police handle all the issuing of the CPLs. Yes, they tap into the FBI to do the background check. I know someone was asking me about that. However, the state police are the ones that actually facilitate the CPL. So I think, even though I'm not a lawyer, I think what this says is they were just handing out CPLs without maybe doing the background check at all. Or if they did do the background check, there was stuff on it that they were ignoring. I don't know. But you know how this always works? Here's the problem. It's federally illegal to have weed. That's what this states. And like I said, whether you agree with the law or not, that's what it's like. So, but it's also federally illegal to have a firearm if you have drugs, right? But notice they're not threatening to take up people's weed from them. They're threatening people with their guns. And that's the way it always works. Just like sanctuary cities for immigration. That's illegal, but they let that go for the most part. See, states can usually get by with violating federal statutes. And cities can usually commit federal felonies, quite frankly, against the federal government. And they usually don't care unless or until it has to do with guns. Then they come in and enforce it every time. And this happened in Kansas, where they made a law that said suppressors are totally legal to make here as long as it's within the states, no interstate commerce. You guys probably know the court case The guy eventually got off without the harshest sentence, but that's only because GOA and a bunch of groups stepped up and helped him with a bunch of lawyers, got him to plead it down a little bit. But no, they kicked in his door and confiscated it. The feds will always come in, and they will always come in and enforce a federal law on you, against you, if it's for firearms. Almost any other felony can be committed by local, state units of government, and they always just let it go. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you guys whether weed should be a felony or not. That's a totally separate conversation. I'm just saying they have a choice here. And they'll always let the illegal immigration go after the gun. They'll let the drugs go after the gun. Now, if weed wasn't illegal federally, this would be a moot point, right? And a lot of you guys are going to say in the chat that probably, weed should be legal. You guys will say that, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying right now, that's not germane to this conversation. All I'm saying is this. I'm not saying whether I support it or not. I'm just saying right now, weed's a federally illegal. You're prohibited if you use weed and you have a gun. The state police weren't checking for it, so they're taking it out on innocent people that aren't doing anything wrong whatsoever. And that's basically my take on it. It doesn't make any sense, but it does make sense because that's all they've been doing now. Every ruling they have makes no sense. So this is like their new status quo. So A-dubs, it's a violation of U.S. Code 242. You know what? I don't have all the U.S. codes memorized, but that remind me of what 242 is, or I can look it up afterwards. There's only like about 300 million U.S. codes, but I'm sure this violations tons of U.S. codes. Here's my final conclusion on this, guys. Somebody else, not me or not you, broke USC 28-462. I'm sorry, MCL 28-462 and 18 USC 922. I don't do background checks on people. Are you kidding me? I don't issue CPLs. It's impossible I could have broken this law. But they're not punishing the people that violated the federal statute. They're punishing me and you. And it just doesn't make any sense. And it seems like it completely stands in the face of what the system of government we're supposed to have in this country is. And Shojas, no, I don't think it affects that. He says, how's this going to work with private sales now? So are we going to have to purchase? Nope. It's from what I understand, I'm not a lawyer, guys. Everything I say here for just your entertainment and commentary. Here's what I believe it means. Shouldn't affect that at all because federally, you don't have to do NICS checks on private sales, right? Now, there's laws right now in committee that wants to make it that way. These, quote, universal background check laws. So, but as of right now, we don't have a nationwide universal background check law. So since we don't, we're fine. Michigan also doesn't have any universal background check law. So therefore, face-to-face. If you're going to do the RI-60, which is a civil infraction if you don't complete it, if you lie on it, it's a felony. Okay? But if you're doing your RI-60, you can still write CPL number on there between two individuals if you're doing an RI-60. If you don't have a CPL and you're going to do the RI-60, then you'd have to go get the purchase permit because the feds don't get involved in face-to-face transfers, only under federally firearms licensees, FFL. So that was probably the long answer. And maybe other people were wanting to know too. That's why I thought I'd go, through it here. But the answer is it should not affect that at all, Shojas. Only FFL transfers. Yeah, okay. Conspiracy to deny rights to an individual. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see here. Rather hang with Misha is what Rockford Ordinance is saying. I'm not sure who you'd rather hang with, but rather hang with Misha than who? Okay, let's see here. Albert McCall, you said a mouthful. Tim 18 Wheels. By the standard, the FBI is violating the same law every time they in the computer system allow a prohibited person to purchase a gun via NICS check. Yeah, and I would say that if they knowingly did it and habitually did it, well, yeah. The funny thing is, and Tim, you're going to disagree with me. Like I said, that's fine. I don't care. All the anti-gunners always disagree with me. The pro-gunners, a lot of you still disagree with me. Some of you guys in this chat right now think this is totally fine. What I'm saying is, this isn't me saying any of this. I'm just reading it to you. The FBI and the ATF have determined that the Michigan State Police were not meeting the requirements of 18 USC 922. I don't know. Are they innocent? Are they guilty? I don't know. Is the ATF even going to bring them up against the state police? I don't know if they are or not. So they may not have to, have the guilt proven against them or not. I have no idea. All I know is, according to the ATF, the Michigan State Police did not follow an MCL, and that's why they're going to affect our rights, mine and yours, that didn't break said federal statute. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, I'm just reading what's on here. I just know the ATF, all I know is this, the ATF said that they violated the statute, okay? I'm just saying, if they did violate said statute, why are they taking it out on me? So, without seeing any evidence, by the way, guys, honestly, how could I possibly know, okay? I don't know whether they violated or not. I'm just saying, allegedly, according to the ATF, the state police did something wrong here, and they're coming after us. That's my problem. So there you go. Oh, Rockford Ordinance. I was going to say, I thought you meant Misha over me. I'm like, that's cool. I'm friends with him too, but Misha over Rob Ski. Gotcha. Rob Mateo's posting. He said, go to Missouri and hang out with Rob Ski. Okay, I gotcha. I don't know. Rob Ski's probably a nice guy. I could probably learn more about AKs from Misha, but maybe not. They're just different guys. Misha's definitely more of like the textbook guy. Like, he knows a lot. But Rob Ski, they're just two totally different channels. I'm not going to compare the two. Why would I? Totally different channels. But I do know Misha personally, and talk to him on the phone occasionally. I don't know Rob Ski, so that's why I can tell you guys Misha's a good dude. I can speak for that much. Tim 18 Wheels. The ATF is dictating to Michigan that they must have a database and cross checks between weed cards and concealed weapons permits. That's what California started doing. The anti-gunners want this. Okay. Well, we don't have to have weed cards anymore in Michigan, though, because it's now recreational. But, yeah, you're right. The weed card is a thing, I think, for medical marijuana. Yeah, and let me back up, guys. This is where I think I ranted so long. I totally get where you're coming from, Tim. But let me go back to where I started. According to all of this, they're saying that the police did something wrong, so they take out on us. All right. I'm putting blame on both of them because the very first thing I said, I'm always very careful to predicate what I say. I don't believe the Brady Bill is constitutional. There should be no Brady Bill. Since the Brady Bill in and of itself is unconstitutional, this should all be a moot point. So if you guys want me to argue the semantics of this, I'm 100% with you guys. 100%. This shouldn't even be a thing because there's these U.S. codes that are saying that it prescribes a NICS check to be a certain way, I believe in of themselves are unconstitutional. So if you want my opinion on just the constitutionality of the grand scheme of things, yeah, it's all unconstitutional, like all of it. The 1968 GCA that they're deriving this from, that was unconstitutional. The National Firearms Act itself was also unconstitutional. So I believe they keep doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, okay, on a premise that was illegal to begin with. See, it used to be when we were raised by good parents, they'd say 2 wrongs don't make a right. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, they're just piled up like 300 wrongs on top of itself. And now we're debating, is wrong number 300 or wrong number 301 worse than the other wrong? And that's where we're really at, if you want my opinion. Because, yeah, I'm arguing over this. And the one thing going on here is supposedly one person broke a federal law. So they take it out on an innocent person. That's my one point. My other point is this whole conversation shouldn't even be happening right now because to me, shall not infringe only means one thing. And shall not infringe does not include any of this whatsoever. So there you guys go. But if I just started off saying shall not be infringed means only one thing, I wouldn't have been able to explain the nuances of this. So I had to kind of argue in the abstract. Considering this is the law, this is what's happening. By the way, the law itself is illegal. Are we on the same page with that, Tim? I'm pretty sure we are. And if we're not, it's still cool. You've been a buddy of the channel a long time. I'm just saying. No, we shouldn't have a database to cross-reference the other database because our Fifth Amendment rights and our Fourth Amendment rights and our First and our Second are all getting under attack with all of this. So we should be secure in our effects and in our papers, okay? I completely agree. Everybody's papers should be private. You shouldn't have to show your papers. The government shouldn't be able to search through your papers without a warrant with somebody's actual name on it. That's what the Founding Fathers said. So no, none of these databases are legal for anything whatsoever. So yeah, it's all BS. But if I just start off by saying shall not be infringed, there's really nothing to talk about. But I tried to be careful to start off with that as my premise. So let's see here. We've been taken over by a foreign group. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, I don't really recognize that as America. When I read things like very simple, easy to read documents like the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, the Federalist Papers, the Anti-Federalist Papers, common sense. You're right. I don't understand this. If you read things like this, and then you read this and cover up the stationery, you're like, well, that has to be from another country, obviously, right? Like, what country is this from? Is this like literally before Reagan got Gorbachev to tear down the wall? Like, that has to be this, right? Like, this isn't ATF, this is Stasi, right? Like, yeah, I get it, guys. If that's what you're thinking, I'm thinking the same exact thing. Like, how could this be America? But it says right there on the stationery, you know, United States in capital letters, I would know. Some people have been telling me that if they put it in capital letters, that signifies something. But yeah, U.S. Department of Justice, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. So I don't know. I get you though, man. When you're like, well, this seems like it'd be from a foreign country. It kind of does, doesn't it? 9, Mateo said. No, but look, I mean, seriously though, right, Mateo? Did you notice that? They're being very specific in where they're capitalizing this. So, let's see here. Semper Paratus, but 2A EDU shall not be infringed is so hard to understand. For these folks, it is actually, yeah. They have no clue. Do you know how many years of law school there is working here? They still have no clue. Now, a third grader could tell you what it means because they haven't been corrupted as much yet, right? Like, every word of the Bill of Rights can be read by a third grader. And their mind's still pure enough where they actually can understand it. But people with all of the best law degrees, you know, Harvard, U of M, Georgetown, Yale, they can't understand anymore. Like, now, they wrote this, but they don't know how to read this, and they read 1984, but they weren't scared by it. They're now using it as their playbook. Does that about sum it up, quite frankly? So there you go. Yeah, Dororo. There you go. I always say this, guys. I go rant and somebody sums up in one sentence, so don't take my word for it. Take Dororo's word for it. Honestly, anything telling you what you can't do with a firearm is unconstitutional. I tried to say that, dude. It just took me like 20 minutes, so. There you go, Rockford Ordinance. That's what I was getting at earlier. I'm waiting for the feds to kick in the front door of the Michigan State Police headquarters. I'll be in the blue guy in the corner holding my breath. There you go. I'll be in blue, guy in the corner holding my breath. You're going to be blue in the face holding your breath that long, dude. I think that's what you meant, man. No, it's true, though. It's true. It's true. If I violated 18 USC, blah, 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 Flash, bang, woof, woof. That's the dog's last two wolves as they're shooting it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Don't you break USC, whatever, or they'll come after you. I'm guessing that's what they do, right? It's been documented they do that stuff. But the state police violated it, and you now have to wait longer to get your gun. Because you did nothing wrong whatsoever. Did someone say Lambert Johnson's in here? I thought I someone say. Did I read that right? Where are you? Hey, Lambert Johnson, what's happening, man? You changed your avatar, didn't you? So you guys changed your avatar. What about you, Albert McCall? You changed your avatar, didn't you? Now, I've known Albert McCall for a long time, but to tell me that's still you, right? You just changed your avatar? It used to be like a dude on the... Maybe I'm just forgetting things. Let me know. Yes, Bill Alexander, U.S. Department of Just Us. That's a good one. I like that one. I do. I'm just skimming through the chat here, guys, real quick. Is Beretta Man still in here? I thought I saw Beretta Man. Where's Beretta Man? Before we can get off here, we need to find Beretta Man real quick. Adrian, what's happening, man? He said, I think the forefathers would have been horrified on how much we've given up on the 2A, Hughes Amendment, etc. Yeah, Hughes, Lautenberg, just the GCA period, the NFA. You're right, man. You're right. My former Yugoslavian American buddy, right? I know you like the Yugo AKs, buddy. Tim, okay, says all we should need is the Second Amendment and the 10th Amendment. 10th Amendment. We can't forget about that. The rights that are not specifically delegated to the federal government are to the states and then to the people. Thank you, Tim. Because if it wasn't written in that founding document, it ain't supposed to be to these three-letter agencies. It's very clear. To the states and to the people. And let's see here. Is the 2nd and the 10th to get these laws overturned. My thoughts on how a lawyer could frame a suit, also considering the agenda and ramifications. True and true. You know I love my Yugo guns, Adrian. You know I do, man. I'm definitely going to be showing some more Yugo stuff soon. But, hold on. Is Beretta Man in here? There you are. You guys thought I was joking, so check this out. This was 2 weeks ago. Now, we're going to use the first winning of the Beretta Man knife to open the second round. They thought I was joking, Beretta Man. I know they did. And, oops, I hope I didn't flash your info, dude. If I did, I'm sorry. We have a brand new sealed Tech Force. All right, let me open it up here. Let me open it up. He wrote a note that I have to give to somebody else. She knows who she is. She knows who she is, right, Beretta Man? Wow. Love my Yugo guns, guys. Pistols. I wish I could just have all you guys come hang out. This is the only one you can see, but love my Yugo guns. Holy crap. This thing is snazzy. Look at that. All right, it's brand new. I got to break it in a little bit, but it'll flip open with an assist. Wow. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's see how that looks under the lights. Wow. Look at that. I think somebody's going to try to steal this one. What do you think, Beretta Man? Wow. That's nice. That's a looker. The light's not even doing it justice, or the camera's not. I'm trying to see. The camera's kind of washing it out, but like in real life, it's like this chameleon chrome that when you sit there and turn it, it just like keeps changing different colors right in between your eyes, or right before your eyes, rather. I said in between because I'm looking at the thing in between. It like reflects through. The camera's just not doing it justice, but man, that's pretty cool. Stainless steel. Looks like it's got a little glass breaker on the back of it. That's nice. Cool. Thanks, Beretta Man. And by the way, guys, literally, this is Brownie's for my fat. He'll vouch for me, all right? All you got to do is watch his videos, and he has really good videos. He's a little bit smaller YouTuber right now, but we all need to change that. So definitely when you guys are done with here, go check out Beretta Man's channel. He's a friend of mine, and it's not because we're friends. He does all of his drawings publicly. I just happen to win. What he does is randomly, he's literally like giving away cool stuff like these knives, and you just got to watch the video. And sometime during the video, he's going to say, hey, giveaway time, type this into the comments and I'll put you in a drawing. And then if you win it, he'll really send it to you. I promise he will. So definitely go check him out. And I have a little insider info. I hear there might be a giveaway coming pretty soon. I can't tell you what video, but I think there's another one coming soon, guys. So definitely go over and check out Beretta Man's channel. And thanks, man. That's awesome. Yep, it's stainless steel. Yep. Joseph, how's it going, Joseph? Just saw you for the first time in here tonight. Yugo can mean many things, but yeah, former Yugoslavia, you know. Oh, check this out. I wish I could tell you guys so bad, but I have a pistol here. Very few of them in the United States from Montenegro. So you guys can guess what it is, but I'm going to be doing a video on it in the next couple weeks. So Montenegro pistol. I just showed you guys my Bulgarian Makarov, which was actually purchased by the Slovenian, another former Yugo country, right? By the Slovenian Ministry of Defense, former home of our First Lady. Showed you guys that one from the little country of Slovenia. We've got Zastava factory, which is in Serbia, right? We also have, Croatia. I have service pistols such as the PHP MV is made in Croatia. And then you have the HS2000, which ended up getting imported under a name of a company that I just choose not to advertise for. Those are made in Croatia. So when you say Yugo, yes, the Stava, that's the biggest one, and that is Serbia. But there's actually, now these are all independent countries now. Formerly independent countries, then Yugoslavia, now independent countries again. But yeah, definitely some of the smaller countries are making firearms. Your Rex pistols, Rex Zero, Rex Delta, others. Your Rexes are made in Slovenia, right? I'm probably still missing one or two, but I think I covered a lot of it. Let's see here. Oh, Ronnie Hernandez. Are you seeing in another video or here? Because I can't literally hear here. Like, this is a live stream. If I pick up a pistol for even 5 seconds, they can take the stream down and they can give the channel a strike. So I can't show it right now. Okay. Let's see here. Jeremy Wilson's out of here. Good night, man, if you're not already gone. John Williams. All right, I'm going to get off here. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying, Ronnie. I just can't do it. Maybe on the Facebook group. Are you guys in the 2AEDU Facebook group? Maybe I'll show a sneak peek of it over there. The pistol from Montenegro, right? One more thing. I appreciate you guys, all of your support. The super chats tonight were awesome. You Patreon members, people that send stuff in the mail. Hey, here's something you guys can do to help me out. I've now got my Amazon influencers link. Some people were kind of confused how that works. It's this simple. You click on my link, you go in there. Now, you're going to see my Amazon store. That's just items that I've either reviewed or I've suggested. If you want, you can buy some of that stuff, but you don't have to. Just the fact that you went in there with my link, you can just go right back up to the search, type in, use Amazon just how you normally would, and if you add it to your cart and then obviously pay for it, just like you normally would, it doesn't change your price. I still get a small commission. It helps the channel. So the store is good for two things. I just did a book just the other day, right? Communist Block Handguns. Great book. I love this book. I wanted to tell you about it. So there you go. Well, I dropped a link and said this is in my Amazon store. So obviously, if you went and bought this through my Amazon affiliate link, it's still the same price it normally would be. I get a commission. Or you could just click on my Amazon store link, go right up to the top and type in blender, toaster, light bulb, whatever. And if you buy that, it also helps the channel. So that's seriously a way you guys can help me. I'm not making anywhere even a tenth of what I need to keep doing the videos I am on ads and all that. The ads are barely anything. When you guys watch them, yes, it helps, and I appreciate it. But that's the way you guys can really help me. And I don't feel bad asking you guys because it's totally free. It doesn't cost you a penny. So I just thought I'd explain it because I've had several people say, well, Do I have to buy one of the items that's in your Amazon store? No, you don't. That's just me putting there, just giving you ideas of stuff that I think you guys might like, stuff that I've been happy with. That's all. But you can buy anything you want. So there you go. And the 2A EDU Facebook group, it's just 2A space EDU Facebook group. I have a page, and then the group's private. So you're going to go in there, request to be a member. The group has stayed so cool since we've kept it private. So just go in there. There's a couple quick questions you ask. Some of my admins are right here hanging out in the chat as we speak, and they'll let you right in there. But we're not getting hit up by like moms demand action and stuff. So it's a pretty fun group. Lots of funny stuff. People showing pictures of their guns. People posting hot chicks in there. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, I'd like to see more of you guys that I hang out with on YouTube in the Facebook group. So, yeah, we'll be looking for you, Tim. Some of the admins are right here right now watching the stream. Jet001, what's happening, man? Just in the nick of time before I'm getting ready to sign off. Oh, boy. Still waiting to know that no llamas were harmed in this video. Semper? Absolutely no llamas were harmed. And here's the thing. Do you think I could even hurt him if I wanted to? Look at him. He's more up-armored than I am. Look at that. Oh, let's get him straightened up a little bit more. He's sideways. He had a few too many drinks, but no, there we go. Now he's good. Oh, boy. All right, guys. I'm getting ready to get off. I've been on here for a while. The Facebook group, Brownies for My Fat. It's awesome. He's in there hanging out, and it's just a place you guys can hang out. I'm in there usually once a day checking it out, but most of the time you guys are still just having fun hanging out amongst yourselves in there. So, yeah. All right. Who's in here that's my admin? A few of you guys are admins. Beretta, man, you're going to be busy. You're going to have a bunch of approvals here in the Facebook group. So don't forget about the Amazon link, guys. Those of you using it, thank you so much. Those of you helping me other ways, thank you. Those of you that were just hanging out tonight, especially thank you to you guys, because I've always done this for fun, and I just want to thank you guys for a fun evening hanging out with each other. So I'm going to get off for now. I probably missed half of you guys' comments, but I'll be skim reading them later on, and I just appreciate it, guys. All right, cool. Thanks, Southeast Michigan. Glad you've been enjoying the videos. I have been too. All right, guys. Another cool knife. Go to Beretta, man. I don't want to win it a third time. I don't want to, so you guys better enter the next one, because if I win a third one, I'm going to feel guilty. So we need some more competition for the next giveaway. Beretta, man. 2A Defender channel. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. And have a good one. But seriously, you guys better get in there, because if I win a third one, it's going to look bad. So there needs to be at least 10 people enter in the next knife. I'm not joking, and I'm out.